need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
he's. Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
Yes, we are in the building. We are back. What up, what up, what up? It is Merciless Monday, and we are back live, a week off. We are in the building. Shout out to everybody, man. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. And don't forget, the LA Slap Nation channel is up today live, 10 a.m. Pacific, an hour after this show ends. Bailey and I will be doing Slap Nation, so make sure you come on over there if you got an hour free to break down all things Matthew Stafford, LA Rams, Chargers, Devontae Adams news, and everything else in LA that's happening today. Plus LeBron, the Bum, and the Lakers, and Luka's best game yet to date as an LA Laker. We're going to break all things down in LA at 10 a.m. Pacific, so don't forget to go over and subscribe, become a member to that channel. Right after this one ends, the realest show on planet Earth, and we are back in the building with myself, the one and only Big Smitty. We're going to get this thing cracking today. On this Merciless Monday, I take no mercy, and let's dive right into it. Good to see you guys back, and I appreciate all the sentiment I got on DMs and everything else. I'm sure Smitty got some as well. I heard people tell me that they missed this show more than their family. I said, damn, your guys' family's shit. But shout out to you guys for missing us more than the family. Much love. New merch is on CoachJBStore.com. New hats, new trucker hats, new beanies. We had an issue with trucker hats, went out of stock, so we got those back. New ones, though, with the new JB logo, new design, Richardson caps, better than ever. Snapbacks, trucker hats. Go check them out, CoachJBStore.com. Plus, we got new shirts and beanies and bucket hats. New bucket hats. Plus, we got a whole line of Slap Nation gear. So head on over there to get that Slap Nation hoodie, bucket hat, trucker hat, you name it, we got it. Slap Nation gear is out. So check it out. There we go right there. Ooh, that white Slap Nation bucket hat's fire too. Plus the beanies and the hoodies, CoachJBStore.com. Appreciate it. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member today of both of our channels, as we are the realest channels on planet Earth. Let's dive into it, man. A lot going on in the week we've been off. Shout out to everybody for the birthday wishes. You know, I don't do the birthday thing, but I did about 5 straight days on the ocean, man. I'm burnt out. I had to take yesterday off. I was going to go back out yesterday. If it's nice out, I'm trying to get on that water. And it was beautiful all week long here in LA. But yesterday I was exhausted. I was like, shit. Number 49 wore my ass out after 5 days on the water. And plus, I don't live that close to the boat. So I got to drive, remember, 2 hours each way. So that bitch is taxing. Let's dive into it, man. The Eagles said that they will not attend the White House. Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see a huge issue in this country, and I call it a divide. Over the past 10 years, in particular, we've seen this country being divided at its core, at its roots, more than I've ever seen. And it's not getting better, contrary to belief. Between the racial divide from 40 years ago to the racial divide now, there is even a wider gap, I would argue. Not a closer gap, contrary to belief, which is crazy, right? Oh, in racism, the NFL put it in their fucking end zones. Just listen to the irony in what I'm about to tell you. In racism, then we take it out of the NFL end zone. And then our league representative of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles deny the opportunity to go to the White House. Why? The American flag gets raised and folks automatically associate it with MAGA and MAGA folks. Like, what happened to Americans being American? Why do we associate half of America as white, half of America as black? And then add MAGA and associate it with our American flag. The irony is this: you will allow an American flag to be burnt in your city of Philadelphia by Hamas and all these different protesters, immigrants, and etc., who just riddled your shithole town of Philadelphia, if we don't remember, during the election. You didn't do anything to stop anybody from burning an American flag down in your city of Philadelphia, where the bell is, by the way. But you won't attend the White House? The irony, which has been a tradition forever. The NFL used to make it a mandated deal. You go to the White House. It doesn't matter who the president was. We've had Democrats and Republicans sitting in office forever. But let us know something, because all I hear is keep athletics out of politics, quit associating the two, stop talking about athletes and politics together and blah, blah, blah. Well, Philadelphia said this. Meanwhile, your owner in Philadelphia said to stay out of politics, separate sports from politics, athletes shouldn't talk politics, and sports reporters should stay out of politics. So riddle me this, Mr. Lurie. Why did you donate millions of dollars to Chelsea Clinton and Kamala Harris then? The irony in this shit is unbelievable, man. We got to stop this dumb shit. It's about the country, not race, not divide, not right versus left. It's football that is allowed to be played in the great country of America, which has now allowed it to be played globally, and you are pissing on it because some sort of divide within your organization. You are the same folks who are mad at Elon Musk for digging up dirt on where our money has been spent for the last 4, 8, 12 years. But yet you continue to buy Tesla. And you bitch about who Elon and Trump have fired, which is apparently why Philadelphia said they will not go to the White House. But please riddle me this. You're bitching about him deporting folks, firing folks in the IRS, and all these other government issues in Philadelphia have been fired since Trump has taken over in this first 30 days. But yet, Philadelphia, I've yet to hear any of you say anything about all the people, the innocent ones, who were fucking fired for taking a vaccine shot against their will. Where you at now, Philadelphia? You fucking hypocrite-ass fucking fan base. Why haven't you said anything about all the nurses and police and fire department people that had to forcefully take a shot or be fired? Where you at, Philadelphia? But you won't now go to the White House after winning the biggest prize and the biggest stage. And now you're going to shit on the White House. Fuck with Trump and all these other things. It's America. You can bring us together a little more than you think, but now you're going to just keep us even more divided. Good job, Lurie. And your fucking politics have affected clearly your judgment. One thing about me is, at least I'm going to give you both sides. and then my side. You hypocrites only give your side and ignore the other side. Sad times, but what do I know? Let's bring in our main man. Good to see him back in the building. Our Far East Sider 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 jocking, Caitlin Clark swinging. Our main man, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all, man? I got the brand new mic. My audio should be sparking clear, perfect sound. We got JB right here, of course, Bailey in the background. We got Sugar on the rim, Max Hess, my man Josh, Jesse, G Wizzy. Shout out to my cousin, I ain't seen you in a long time. Hector, Ron, and Cambros R. It's gonna be a loaded show. JB, I got one question about your rant. If Kamala was in office right now, would you have started this show the exact same way with the exact same energy as the Philadelphia Eagles or whatever team that won Super Bowl did not go into the White House? Yes or no, and keep it real.
1,000%, and I think you know that.
All right, that's had a question. That's all I said. How you doing, man?
About the sitting president, Smitty. That's the problem we have in this country. Racial divide in this country, Smitty, I would argue, is worse than it was 40 years ago, which is crazy to think about. It's crazy. Me and my boys were just talking about this on the boat the other day. We were like, I thought we were supposed to be like ending racism and equity, DEI. All this shit has actually made it worse, Smitty. And maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm wrong, but it sure don't seem better. Like I'm gonna be honest, I sure don't see it being better. It's because, to me now, racism has become political. Like political and racism have come together now as like the biggest, like that's the number one thing. Like if you're a Trump supporter, you're not American. You're a Trump supporter. If you're anti-immigrant, you're racist. And if you are pro-immigrant, you want them here, you're anti-American.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. Like, we have no more America no more. There's no more America. There's like 5 different segregated areas of America. And if we think about the word segregation, how ironic is that to talk about in 2025?
Nobody can disagree, because if you, like, to your point, if you disagree, like there's no middle area anymore. You're either this or you're that. You're racist, you're not American, you're dumb, that's where, like, it's these extremes in either direction. There's no area where you and I can disagree but still love and be happy that we are Americans and here in America versus being somewhere else. It's not that.
Hey, you know what? The irony is, like I put a flag on the boat finally on the yacht, and I had a huge. It was way too big. I didn't know the size. That motherfucker was huge. I thought it was like sitting on the side of a building, right? So I got a smaller one. Yeah. So I put a smaller one out, and we've been out there for 5-6 days straight on the water. So I put the smaller one out, and I got cats. You know, we roll up to Huntington Beach, and obviously that's a heavy Trump area.
Right.
And California is turning a lot more red than people think, but the politicians in California are so left and liberal that they continue to get voted in. People don't say that. They won't say, oh, it's more red than people think in certain areas. Even Long Beach, where my boat is, started to turn very red. You can ask like guys like Juanzito, a brother in the chat, will tell you Long Beach is turning crazy red. And you're like, well, fuck the red and the blue and all that shit. Like, what happened to just like we didn't talk about this shit before. Like, we didn't care. Like, nobody cared if you voted red or right or blue or red or whatever. But here's my point. Rolling into Huntington and motherfuckers saw the flag, the American flag, and they're like, MAGA on another boat.
Right.
And I was like, America, motherfucker. So, like, my boy, so Spree and them were like laughing because I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't MAGA, A. And MAGA and America have no fucking synonymous relationship.
But you know that's how they do it though. That's how everybody visualizes it now. It's crazy.
That's my point though. Yeah, that's because it's a racial thing and it's a divide, homie. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, you know what the problem is? Make America great again. Great business slogan for money, marketing. Like, think about the mark, right? What it's done. He's probably made fucking billions right off of just the merch alone.
Right.
To me, it's more of a ploy of, for that reason, over a ploy for like bringing this country together. Here's why. When did we have to make America great again? I thought we already were in the greatest country in the world, and now we came out with MAGA because, you know, half the country, again, divided, says, oh, the left fucked the country up so bad that now we got to make it great again. So he came up with this a marketing ploy that became huge, and that's what then they thought, okay, MAGA is its own thing. It's not America. It's this extreme ideology, and so now you're automatically racist if you're MAGA, and then if you're a brother that's MAGA or wears the hat, sell out or whatever. So then blacks became so much more right wing this last election, or at least if it showed more, that now you got all these people saying, oh, now no one knows what to do, Smitty. So all I'm saying is, I don't want to get too political this morning and start the show. We're back in the building. But damn, motherfuckers are mad at Elon Musk for going in there to find our money. But I ain't heard nobody talk about firing motherfuckers that are mad that got fired, Smitty, and your wife's job, or my boys that are cops, or my boys that were coaching who were forced to take a shot. I ain't nobody bitching about them being fired. But you're all mad that he's fucking finding our money? Like, look, I don't care about anything else. Money and race.
Yeah.
The two
dividers.
Yep. Because if you're a brother that got money during the last Trump campaign or saved money, you voted for Trump again this time. If you're a white dude who was a billionaire that didn't want to get taxed, of course you voted for Trump. And if you're a cat that doesn't understand or don't have property yet or kids or whatever, you're like, oh, well, I'd rather just stay with my roots. And since I'm from the hood, I'm going to stay hood and I'm going to vote for Kamala. And I've been just digging in with my boys. And that's how I found, like, half my boys that voted Kamala are like, fuck it, I don't know enough, homie. I'm just going to keep it hood. And the other half, fuck that, Smitty. I got property taxes now. Last time I saved 13 grand with Trump. Last year with Biden, I paid 20 grand. So it's fucked up right now. I'm just telling you right now. The greatest country in the world hopefully becomes the greatest country in the world again. And I'll leave it at that. Again. But I don't know, Smitty. It's crazy right now. Crazy right now. Whew, crazy back now. Huh?
If y'all didn't think we was back, we back.
Welcome
Subscribe
back.
right now. About to get crazy.
Welcome back. Hey, it's the realest show on planet Earth. Pound that like. Most shows will never start with that, but I just had to say it because the Philadelphia Eagles, I just want to ask you, the Philadelphia Eagles, like, I don't know, Smitty, like if I'm the head coach, it's hard for me to tell my team, even though I don't respect or like, because I've been in these situations, even though I don't respect or like your choice or decision. Yeah. This is a country-wide issue. We need to represent and sit in front of the White House. Okay, so let's say Lori, the owner, is heavy Democrat. Okay, fine. I don't really care. Eventually, there'll be a Democrat in office again. So you're a hypocrite by not showing up now and then showing up the next time there's a Democrat in office. Like, to me, you should be representing the country and standing hot, tie and pride in front of that damn White House. I don't care who the president is. Golden State Warriors did it. Golden State Warriors did it. Like, remember they were like debating this whole thing and all that? Like, I don't understand why Roger Goodell hasn't mandated or Adam Silver hasn't mandated you represent the country at the White House versus all other countries, foreign and domestic, evil and good, by showing force. Hey, man, we won the Super Bowl. Like, I don't understand this whole thing about sitting out.
This
and you are
time, I mean, there's been guys now. Again, they're saying majority of the team, so maybe this is the first time that majority of a team has decided not to go. But there's been a lot of times where like players from different teams for different reasons. That it might be personal, it might be already had plans with the family. I was going back. I knew we were going to do this topic today, so I was just looking at just reading different, an article going through players from all different, Chris Long, Michael Jordan in the past. There's some Patriots players. I think Tom Brady missed one because of personal family matters back in like 2015. And they're like Larry Bird. I think Larry Bird had a famous quote when Reagan was in office. He said, "If the president wants to see me, he knows where to find me." He said that in his book. So like this has been going on. James Harrison, this has been going on for a long time as far as players picking and choosing if they want to go or not, regardless of who's in office. But this may be the first time that, according to this report, that a majority of a team, because I don't remember, and maybe you guys can correct me, but I don't remember a time where majority of a team just skipped out. You know what I'm saying? So that's
coming from the owner, I'm sure, Lurie, who's on record for supporting Chelsea Clinton and or Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry, Hillary Clinton and Biden. And now all of a sudden you're telling your team not to show up. To me, it's like crazy. Like somebody in the chat said something that's interesting. If the devil was at the White House, he said he would go. That's my point. Like it's a little extreme maybe, but that's my point. Like I think we as Americans should show up to the White House. We've never always agreed in this country on who was sitting in office, dog. We never have. From NHL championships going to the White House to NBA titles going to the White House during the Reagan administration, Nixon administration. How many Bill Russell protests did he have? Muhammad Ali showed up to the White House, and he was not pleased about getting drafted by our American forces.
Right.
He denied it. Said, "I'm not going." That's why he went to jail. So, but he showed up to the White House, Smitty. Like, I think America used to be first. Now America is last. And that shit is crazy to me. And I hate to start the show off with a political thing, but that's why we're the realest show on planet Earth. I just don't understand the process of some of these people and these owners. And it's crazy. Like, I'm going to the White House regardless for the reason of America. It ain't about race, white, black, blue. It's about red, white, and blue.
Everything is like public now, though. Like, and this is the negative side of social media. Back in the days, even back when I was younger, we didn't have social media. We might have had MySpace, but it wasn't used like the way this is used now, to where nobody knew who you was voting for anyway, unless it was your personal circle and y'all just talking amongst homies or family members and y'all having little family debates, and then you moved on. But back in the day, we had no idea who was a quote unquote Trumper for that era. You know what I'm saying? A far right, we had no idea. So again, now everything's public and everybody has an opinion on every little thing. Whatever you post today, everybody's gonna respond to and having a strong opinion about it. And it's such a extreme opinion either way. To your point, that again, if you go to the White House, it's like, oh, as a black man, you a sellout. Why would you go to the White House when Trump is there? Or if you're a white man, you go to the White House, it's like, oh, he must be a racist. You a MAGA support. So it's like all these thoughts goes into people's heads where they're like, damn, I'm down if I do, I'm down if I don't. It's crazy. Like that's where we're at right now.
And you know what the crazy part is? Like, but you would have went to a dude who could barely stay awake on stage talking, who basically now, if we found out, has gotten rid of trillions of dollars of our money somewhere where we don't know where. You're okay with going there, and you're okay with representing who that particular side represented as far as men and women's spaces, playing sports, competing versus each other. All these things, you're okay with that side, but then this side gets in office and you're like, it's clearly not America, Smitty is my point. It's not the White House. It's clearly who's in office.
Right.
And that's the problem that we face right now. Sometimes you got to be a little bigger on the bigger things, because a lot of people are looking at the Eagles showing up or not showing up. Yeah. And the crazy part is, Smitty, it's like, why, if you're professionals, you've made it to the elite level and you won the ultimate prize, why wouldn't you say, if you want to really break the internet and be a different ball game and completely, like whoever, Jalen Hurts, I think Jalen Hurts is conservative, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I know his dad is. But if you were, let's be honest, grown up and mature about it, why wouldn't you say, you know what, dog, we need to actually go to the White House and holler at old boy. He's going to talk to us. We get the stage with them. Why don't we go actually say, hey, what up? Woo, woo, woo. Because there's got to be Eagles out there that have heard about, or at least got boys out there that are brothers or the same skin tone as them, whether they're white, black, or different, that are Trump people and supporters, and say, hey, man, you got to really go do a deep dive and have an actual conversation, which is the point that I'm trying to figure out. Why would you just discredit the White House, I'm not mentioning a president, I don't care. The White House for a assumption of what you think this dude is really portraying to be. That's the problem I have. Like, that's just optically makes a huge impact on our youth, our kid, everybody. Just to me, everybody. Super Bowl champs, the biggest watched thing, Smitty. Like, let's be honest. Like, this ain't fucking, no offense to the girls, but this isn't like the WNBA showing up at the White House. This is the Super Bowl champ. Like, I don't know. I think it's a big kind of slap in the face, but we'll see how it ends up, man. It's a sad day to be a sports fanatic. I don't know, but we got a great show lined up, Smitty.
And we got quote of the day though, man. I ain't heard quote of the day in like 2 weeks. So quote of the day brought to you by Bet US. Bet up to $2,000 on your first deposit and get 150% welcome bonus plus security plus everything else that comes with it. So go to Bet US and place your bets for NBA, NHL, and all things sports right now. So Jamie, what we got?
Smitty, there will be people that would rather lose you than be honest about what they've done to you.
Ooh, damn. That's deep on a Monday, first day back. Why you getting so deep tonight?
Yeah, they don't, because it's a deep day. Get back into it. Show everybody how real we are.
It's a deep day.
I don't think people really realize what that means. I've lost people and had people actually say, I'd rather not look at you in your eyes, face you face to face, tweet you or text you. I will lose you over a tweet or a text than to be honest on what I've actually done to you. Whether it was backstabbed you, whether it was try to holler at your girl, whether it was cheating on my husband, as the thumbnail we have says.
Hello.
See where I went with that? But Smitty, I don't know, man. There will be people that would rather lose you than to be honest about what they've done to you. And obviously,
it's tough sometimes to look at somebody in the eye who you respect and admit your wrongdoings, depending on what it is. It's a very uncomfortable. I've been in a position before where I've done things wrong, and I've had to say it. It's very uncomfortable. It's like, dang, your heart beating fast. You're like, damn, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's very uncomfortable. But as a man or a woman, you got to do that out of respect.
Yeah. And let me be honest. If you cheat on your husband or your wife, you never respected them from the gate. So let's clear the air right there. Contrary to belief.
We can talk about that a little later.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the promo code Coach JB. Nobody watches you harder than the person who fumbled you.
They be mad as hell, don't they? Like, damn. I wonder what JB doing right now. Googling your stuff.
It's crazy.
Oh, he on Netflix? Oh, dang, okay. Oh, you guys
it's crazy. I'm telling you, Smitty, it's real too. Nobody fucking follows you or watches you harder than the motherfucker that fumbled you away, homie. I'm just telling you. Trust me. I promise you. It was like 4 of them hit me this week on the birthday week. Yeah, I'm like, not even a response, Smitty, from me. Not even a response. I'm maturing.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, homie. Was it 4 or was it 4?
4. I'm maturing. I'm maturing in front of our very eyes to not even respond. Not responding is louder than any word.
That hurts them way worse. It's like, because you're basically saying, like, you ain't shit to me. I'm not even, like, get off my phone. That's hella disrespectful. That's actually hard. That's gangster right there. That's probably the most gangster thing you've ever done in your life before by not responding. So when you respond, it gives them, like, the energy, like, oh, I still got him. Let me wheel him in. If you respond, it's like they got a chance to still get you back.
Yeah.
If you don't say nothing, they don't know if you've changed your number. They don't know this is somebody else's phone. It's like they cannot contact you no more.
Yeah. Speaking of responding, this guy right here, a non-member, the Wayne Leadoff 06.
Yep.
Said, show's getting cheesy and fake. 2 guys patting themselves on the back one a corporate media guy, the other unemployed guy. Show had promised, but it's lost his way. Wish you all well.
All right. I respect your opinion. First of all, it's okay for us to disagree here in the country. You're tuning in, and if you have that opinion, I mean, you tune in often for you to get that. We've been off for a week, so I'm assuming you watched a lot of previous shows and not just the first 30 minutes of this show. I would be curious to know where you're getting the fake and all that from. I don't know what we've done in 30 minutes that has came off as fake. I'm very confused on that. Would love to hear.
30 minutes is the key. Keep going back to 30 because we've been off for a week.
Yeah, right.
So he got in here in 30 minutes and said the show's getting cheesy. Like he's been watching this motherfucker every day this whole off week.
Right. All the old show. He's been studying, doing research, taking notes. And he came up in summation. This show has gotten cheesy. So, what was the last show when we weren't cheesy? Like, what was the point in which we started getting cheesy?
That motherfucker was like waiting for 30 minutes to break that news.
Yeah. Like, it like really took his time and spell checked and everything. Lame, man.
Nobody had that. Let's dive into the poll question before we discuss the thumbnail. Poll question, Smitty. Should the Raiders trade up to draft Shedeur Sanders at 1? Here's before I'll give you some context on this thing. Before Matt jumps in, we'll obviously have his take. I want to give you my quarterback take on this whole thing because I got a rant to give you about Shedeur Sanders that I'm going to break down in a few minutes. But here's the thing. To me, it's the worst draft of the quarterback position. I believe they're all about the same. If there's a few guys better than a few other guys, then that's me watching film and having to fully finite detail break down this thing and say, all right, well, this guy's feet are a little bit better. This guy's arm maybe a little bit better. But if I was just a regular guy to tell you overall, out of, let's say, 10 quarterbacks that are going to get picked up, they're about the same. The more about the same that I've ever seen in any draft. And you know what I'm saying, Smitty, about the same, meaning there ain't no fucking clear cut, oh my God, that guy is Peyton Manning, Troy Aikman, Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson.
Andrew Luck. I know Andrew Luck's in this draft.
There's nobody that's coming out of this draft that I would give up major assets for to get at number 1. And I've been hearing all these rumors that the Raiders are considering giving up this. You got to give up so much to move up to 1 as a Raider organization. And I don't know if Bailey can find it, but I was looking at it yesterday. I think it's like 2 first-round picks. I think it's a major player and money. There's no way you can do it under Pete Carroll, 73 years old, and do all that to try to get him from – what number are they at, Bailey? 6?
They're at 6 right now, yeah.
So from 6 to 1, they have to give up a lot. I don't see it. And Bailey knows more about Tennessee than me, but is Tennessee willing to part ways with that pick? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, are they willing to part ways with that pick for, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to really get from the Raiders? You ain't getting Max Crosby, homie.
Right.
You ain't getting Max Crosby, so you ain't getting fucking – what are you getting from the Raiders?
My only issue, though – no, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying besides picks. Go ahead.
My only issue, though, if you're a Raiders fan and you know – and you're the Raiders organization, you know you need a QB. They're all close, but right now Cam Ward and Shedeur, we would probably say, are probably the top 2. Even within that close group, they're probably the top 2. At number 6, and if you look at the order there, you're not going to be in position to get either one of them likely because Tennessee's going to get a QB and New York's going to get a QB. I will be shocked if either one of them, if both of them did not get quarterbacks. At least them 2. And who knows? I don't know what's going on with Cleveland because I know Deshaun's still in that little contract, but he's going to be hurt all year long again. So who knows? Cleveland might end up getting a quarterback as well. So like, if you just stay at 6. You may be in a position where you can't get any of the quote-unquote top QBs in this draft. So although this isn't a strong QB draft on paper, and if you're the Raiders and you know you need that and you're not going to you don't have a plan to get somebody from free agency, you ain't going to have a choice but to trade up to some degree, trade up to 3, trade up somewhere just to get in a position to get one of those top guys. So that's my only thing. Now, again, maybe they have plans to get one of these old vets in free agency, and they're having some conversations or some talks about, getting Russell Wilson over there for 1 year. Or obviously, we know the Justin Fields is out there, and we can dive into free agency, quarterbacks at another point. But there are some other options already within the league, and maybe that's a better option. But I'm just saying, regardless, they need a QB, so they have to make a decision between now and draft day. A, are we going to go with some vet who's a free agent right now, or B, we're going to have to roll the dice and trade up and get Shador, get Cam, or get one of these cats. So that's a dilemma.
You know why I'm wearing this Rocky, right? This is representing Philadelphia for all you fucking Philadelphia fans out there who are the shittiest fan base now, have taken over Chiefs Queendom as the shittiest fan base in America. And that's not because you won't go to the White House. See, I'm not going to be the guy that turns it full political and says, again, I would be going into your narrative. I would be the guy saying, it's politics. I don't like you now because you don't want to go to the White House. No, you're just a shitbird organizational fan base, and we've been seeing it for a while. You guys burned down your city in a fucked up time after you won a Super Bowl, you weirdo fucks. Smitty, here's why I don't agree with what you said on two words that I heard out of your mouth. You said that Cam and Shador have risen above everybody else. Why, though? See, for the first time, I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually break down, because I just got top 10 college quarterbacks based on draft status, according to Mel Kiper and Todd McShay and all these people. Shout out to DV Sport. I'm going to actually go through it this week because I'm kind of chilling at the house. I'm going to go through these and watch actual film, and we're going to do an evaluation on this show of the quarterback position day by day and who we think is going to be draftable and all that. I don't think I think you only say Cam and Shador because of their fame, their name, and their image and likeness. That's the reason.
And their year, too, and what they did at their respective schools, the numbers they put up, the games they were able to win, Shador not having the best O-line in the world but still making things happen, clutch moments, big time. I mean,
against nobody. Against nobody. I evaluate real quarterback play, and he didn't play nobody.
And he also didn't have a superstar team with him, too, though. So it all works together. It all works together, though. Like, if I'm at Ball State.
You and Matt came on here and said they had the best wideouts in America.
If I'm at Ball State and I'm playing a Buffalo, you can say, y'all ain't playing nobody, but I'm also at Ball State.
You guys said they had the best wideouts in America, homie. But y'all had the best wideouts in America.
What are you talking about, homie?
Hey. Y'all lost to a bunch of 35-year-old white boys in a bowl game by 40. Stop.
Why you saying y'all? Why you saying y'all, though?
Because y'all.
Why you saying y'all? Who's y'all? Like, define y'all.
Y'all.
Like, we're back. It's had a week off. Let's figure out what is y'all.
Them.
They.
Is
this race? Is it politics? Is it a team? Is it? I don't know. What is it?
Them.
All right, then. That's what it is, then. Well, listen, we're going to find out real soon, but I know this much. We got to move on to the thumbnail, the biggest topic in news right now. Your guy, your homie, you could call him right now, FaceTime him right now. Potential Hall of Famer. One of the guys I grew up watching, playing on Madden. A dog at the receiver position. Catches everything. Short but mighty, physical. Talk shit to your players. Didn't back down from no smoke. Been an analyst for a long time now, doing a hell of a job. This got exposed for allegedly sleeping with this man's wife, who was a part of the Baltimore Ravens band. Texts have been exposed, and even a phone call with Steve Smith has also been exposed. Babe, do we have the actual sound of the phone call? If we do, can we drop it right now? Let's do it.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit was that? Why you quiet, man? Be a fucking man.
Homie, stop. Hold on real quick. Buddy said, see, you're sleeping with my wife. What do you got to say? I'm sorry.
Low, though.
Homie said, my bad.
I got a fundamental problem with this whole thing.
All right, break it down. Let's dive into it. What's your thoughts?
I'm just gonna throw out what I think, just my intuition. I'm feeling some fakeness to this. In the social media era that we are in, I get a lot of weird, cringy vibes on this one, man. And here's why. Number one, the husband, I get that cuck. Is it cuck vibe?
You would know more than me, homie. That's white people shit.
I think the husband, who I just heard his voice for the first time, sound very feminine. The husband sound very, very feminine. Soft-voiced.
Little boy.
He a little boy. And I think that she had an opportunity to meet Steve Smith at a Ravens cheer convention and said, Steve, would you ever come and fuck me, buck me, so my husband can watch? My husband would like to watch you fuck me. And I believe, because let's dive into this, Smitty. We got to really
let's go.
So you're telling me that Steve Smith, who I grew up with, who I've known for a long time, who's 5150 arguably, he'll flip on you and try to scrap one day, be cool as fuck the next. Cool dude overall. We never had no problems, but JUCO wideout played right here in Santa Monica with Chad Smith, Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, who we played twice a year, and so we all kind of know each other really good. TJ Ushmanzada, your boy, was at Cerritos at the same time. We were all at Nate Turner was my wideout at Compton. All four got drafted high. All four played. Having said that, Smitty, let's be honest. Steve Smith, I've known to have hoes. What I'm saying, Smitty, no offense to this cuckold's wife. Can we show her face again, baby? She's make-upped up right here, and she's like 4. She's fully dolled up right here with a beanie on, glasses, trying to look cute with accessories, trying to accessorize her motherfucking face, and she's a 4.
Stop, JJ. She got
Hold on, no. And Smitty, she got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. She got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. What's kids, motherfucker? She got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids.
Boy, so hold on. Time out though. What does that mean? What does that mean, homie? You not thinking deep. You thinking micro right now.
So we got a lot to dive into this. First of all, she's a 4 with 4 of them.
Okay.
By the way, Bailey, I sent you a picture earlier in either his group text or something, but this motherfucker Steve Smith took a picture with her and her whole fucking family, homie.
No. That's him with his family, homie. That's him with his family, homie. He took a picture with his family. Let me read it. It said, Steve Smith Sr. is sick for smashing a random dude's wife in November, then taking a family holiday photo with his 4 kids and wife in December. This is his family. Meet the Smiths. I'm a Smith. We might be related, homie. He kind of, low-key, he kind of looks like my
this picture, homie, and then go smash a broad of 4. I'm saying the same family. 4 kids, has 4 kids. Smitty.
Why he sending the selfie to Shorty though? That's what I'm like confused.
Like this.
Motherfucker sent this. That's a fucking sister. Cheeks all fat.
Smitty. Sums up. Either Gawk's amazing.
Okay. Hello.
Wet's amazing. Wet's amazing.
I can look at her face. I know it's fire as fuck.
AE is amazing. Maybe the AE. I don't know. All I know is
do that.
But I saw some of the text that you were so deep, you fucking moved my UID or some shit. What is it,
homie? Well, hold on. That's my point. Hold on. Let me dive in real quick. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. As the husband, why are you posting this? Number one, it's embarrassing. Number one, you getting cheated on is embarrassing. Number two,
get money.
The text that you're
dropping
specifically shows that your wife is thoroughly enjoying this man over you. For her to say you was in me so deep that you damn near moved my IUD, that means for her saying that, that's basically saying that my husband ain't never did this shit. He ain't never even got close to the IUD. You showing me some shit I ain't never felt before. So that's another note right there. I don't understand as a man, my pride alone, if I got cheated on, I don't care if the person was famous or was a bum on the streets. I'm not making that public. I'm hot right now. I'm party. Right? JB, go ahead.
I disagree. Here's why. For you at your age with your situation, it makes sense for you. I get it. If I was your age and me single with no kids, I would have said the same thing. I wouldn't have probably did it. But now I got kids, a house, money. I'm showing it. You know why? Protect my investment. Now she got to pay me, homie, instead of me paying her in the divorce. Micro.
Okay, all right.
Now, see, I'm teaching you, Smitty. You're learning on the show. Now, do you agree with that or no?
The thing is, she the breadwinner anyway. You didn't know that.
My point. That's why you get the money, homie.
I'm saying from the jump. I think she tried to make him sign a prenup from the get-go. It was flipped, homie.
He playing chess, homie. She playing checkers.
Mary J. Blige and her dude is that type of situation. It was flipped, homie.
It might be 401. Oh, Smitty, I'm trying to take her 401k. I'm trying to take the kids. I'm going to do the shit that bitch has been doing to us forever. I want to be the guy. He can be the trendsetter and tell all the broads that have fucked over men forever and got $30K a month for fucking one kid to eat a dick.
Oh, okay. I see how you doing it.
I like this guy. But now let's get into brass tacks.
All right, here we go.
Why are you mad at Steve Smith, homie?
Hello.
Why are you mad at your bitch? Why ain't you mad at her? Why ain't you mad at your girl and not Steve Smith? And first of all, I heard some people in the chat talking about why would you answer a random number if you're Steve Smith? It's not a random number. It's the fucking broad's phone.
It's her phone.
It's the fucking broad's number that he's hitting. What do you mean random number? That's the fucking, he thought it was her. Wanting some dick. So, Smitty.
Want some what?
Why aren't we talking to her? See, I would have done the public post because of what I just told you. Protect my investment. Court of law now knows he cheated. It's out there now. She's caught. So he's won in court already of some significance. So now though, I'm saying, all right, where the fuck are you at, girl? So you cheated on me, girl. Like Smitty, we grew up in the hood. We've seen more people and more deaths from incidents over a female than any other type of death. Let's be real. We've seen more fights, death, shootings over a female scenario that I bet you 85% of those scenarios were either the girl's fault or the boyfriend's fault. What I mean is, blame them. Don't blame the person fucking them. Blame your cheater.
Right.
Why hasn't this been addressed? And why hasn't nobody talking about that? Your girl cheated on you, homie. You guys have 4 or 5 or 6 of them. You got 4 or 5 kids, a whole family, and she went out to seek IUD moving dick.
It's gotta hurt mentally.
So
I'm with you. The person in the relationship should be the one to blame. He just mad because it's a listen. If this wasn't Steve Smith, if this was Steve Johnson or some random person on the street, I don't think he exposes all this. I really don't. I don't think he makes a video. I don't think he calls on. I don't think he puts a text message up. He's a fan. the contrary to belief, the husband is a fan. The husband has mixed emotions right now, Jason. He felt on one side he's hurt that his wife cheated on him. On the other side, he's impressed that damn, my wife cheated on me with a future Hall of Famer, Steve Smith, who I actually used to watch playing the game. So he wanted to call him to quote unquote expose him, but it's almost used as like a clout thing. It's like he's trying to use this situation to build up his following, to build up to be. I wouldn't be surprised if this cat starts doing interviews, like and going around podcasts and talking about the situation and talking about Steve Smith. I wouldn't, knowing it today's climate, I would not be surprised. So that's my problem with it. It seems to be phony. It seems that you're calling him trying to act tough, but it's only doing it because of the name of who.
Well, he didn't act tough. He didn't act tough. That wasn't the tough. That was very feminine. By the way, we all know, right? He wrote the text because he called on his phone. So he wrote that tweet on his woman's account. We all, please, don't, please. I hope everybody on this channel doesn't think that's really her writing that, right? Like, you understand that he has the phone now at this point. He just called Steve Smith on her phone, and he obviously just wrote that on her account. So we're clear. And he tagged that. The crazy part is he tagged Antonio Brown.
Right. Like, for what?
So Antonio Brown got involved and said, "Oh, really? You tagging me?" And put Steve Smith in one of his in the band, the band uniform, homie. This shit is crazy. He wrote this tweet on behalf of his wife, saying basically he won't be a Martinez much longer. He's playing chess, homie. If it's real, let's just say it's real. Let's just go side A. It's real. Yeah. He caught her. He went at Steve Smith because he's a public figure to try to gain attention in court of law when it comes down to it, that I'm going to try to get my former ex-wife money, or at least not pay anything, because I got 4 kids. I would rather not pay anything, Smitty, and she's known as a cheater, and she fucked me over, than me having to pay alimony on a bitch that cheated on me and got my house. Hell nah. I think he's playing chess. I like the move because of the scenario. And side B, Smitty, to this equation, we know that he wrote all that. We know that he's putting that out there and on her account. And we know that she now is probably fired because he blasted her out on there and addressed the Ravens band as saying that I did some sort of probably, I probably broke some type of bylaw in fraternizing with former players, right?
She on full camps now. Damn.
Smitty, I don't know, man. We asked this question a few months ago on a poll question. Who cheats more, men or women? Nobody will ever know.
In this situation, they both cheated. So it's kind of, it's a draw.
Yeah. No, nobody will ever know, in my opinion. You'll never know the data on that. But I do know one thing. That's why I'm single, and I always will be. Contrary to belief. I don't got to worry about it. I ain't never got to worry about it, Smitty. I ain't never got to worry about that motherfucker.
You might get with somebody at some point, homie. My thing is, though, I'm surprised that she got caught. Because usually women are the ones that's super sneaky and they smart, and they usually the fella that get caught. So I'm kind of surprised that she got caught in this situation. That's the shocker. But man, I'm sure we might down to that a little bit more later. But Steve, I don't know what you're saying at home right now to get out the doghouse. You probably buying a lot of Chanel bags and you probably bought a new car the other day. You probably doing a lot to try to get out the doghouse, but this might be a tough one, dog. So T's and P's up to you and go from there.
We'll wait, Bailey. I'll wait, Bailey. We'll wait. We'll wait till after Matt comes on. I'd rather do it now so it doesn't reflect Matt's take, but it's fine. I will debate it. Hey, Smitty, shout out to America, Canada, our 51st state to be. They're going to be they played a hell of a hockey game. They played a hell of 2 hockey games. America won 1 and then lost the final, man. A disappointment. Got more views and ratings than NBA Finals. Unbelievable. I didn't know nothing about it, Smitty. I'm not too abreast with hockey. I know you are. I know you follow hockey tough. I know you. Now apparently everyone's on their dick about how they constructed and orchestrated this kind of like during an All-Star week break or whatever, getting the best of the best to play each other in a round of, four countries. Unbelievable views, unbelievable hockey. They played on a Saturday in Canada, traveled to America, played in New York or Boston, sold out, hottest ticket. And then your boy, what's his name? PK Subban
or so, yeah.
Came out and like kind of blasted the NBA for being soft and making up bullshit and making this All-Star week a joke and just give them off. So basically said, just let them up or go to vacation. The way how weak your shit is, he called him out. He's Canadian.
Brother,
he actually picked America to win, said I can't maybe not be able to go back to my country because he picked America to win. He flipped and flopped the whole day and was like, I'm going to go with America. Man, America was up 2-1, lost it late, tied it up, went to overtime, lost, had 50 more shots on goal than Canada, homie. Great, though. Great, I thought, for the sport. I thought it was great for the sport. It got me involved, and I'm not a hockey guy, so at least it made me like, oh, what's going on here? I didn't know.
Yes,
yeah, it was a big deal, man. So shout out to PK Subban for saying what he said and calling out the NBA's weak underperforming All-Star games.
We're going to discuss that a little bit more later, too. So that's going to be fire. But, JB, we got to do a real quick commercial break. So I know you got to pee. Fill up your cup. And as soon as we come back, Big Matt McChesney going to be locked and loaded and ready to go to talk about all things.
We'll be back in 4 minutes. Kellen Moore, who we predicted would take the Saints job while they played a Super Bowl in New Orleans, the backyard of the Saints. Very interesting introduction yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, Smitty, but let's take a look.
Wanted a coach that was exceptionally bright, creative, and most importantly, a tremendous leader. I believe that is exactly what we have in Ellen Moore.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity, Smitty, live on the realest show on Planet ERF. I'm going to give Smitty an opportunity. And I'm not going to even say nothing. Bailey, take me off the screen. I'm going to give Smitty the full opportunity to say his piece about that. And let's see if Smitty can figure this out.
I just think it's embarrassing, you as an owner and the CEO of a team, to not know the name of the person that you're hiring to run your team as the head coach. That's a huge issue. To me, that shows that you just wasn't involved in it. A. B, you don't know football at all. You don't know the coach's names, you don't know the players, you don't know what's going on. Or C, I guess you just made a mistake, but I don't think that's the realistic option. I just watched the fucking video. She said Ellen Moore with confidence. That's not a mistake. She really thought the man's name was Ellen Moore. She's reading off a piece of paper. She probably the K, they probably lost a little bit of the ink in the pen, and the K not all the way in there, and she just reading off a piece of paper, and she said Ellen Moore. It has nothing to do with women. I know it's about to pop up. This is an owner and CEO who's hands off on the team, who doesn't know about real decisions being made with the team, and just up there to just check off a box and do her due diligence or do her job as welcoming the player or the coach in. That's where I'm at, Jason. But I'm sure you have a whole take on why women shouldn't be involved and shouldn't own a team and all that type of stuff. So go ahead, take the floor.
No, I'm actually just disappointed. I gave you opportunity, I gave you the platform, and you want to dismiss that actual fact. I'm disappointed in my co-host that you just had this. You could have rectified it. You could have gained a shitload of fans back. You could have came out and said it's simply straight up, women need to get out of this space. You could have just said it, man.
She's the owner and CEO. She's not a coach, homie.
Yeah, but she was gifted. She was gifted the business.
Don't matter. She's the owner. I don't care how it was.
It was. She didn't earn that job, homie.
It don't matter. That's what you're supposed to do.
She was the wife, homie.
You would do the same thing to your daughter. Like,
stop. Come on, man. I gave you a whole platform. You could have said,
I'm passing them down my shit.
She got the Mr. Benson's team. He passed. I got the beneficiary of it.
Okay.
She simply does not belong on the stage.
We back. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button and press subscribe. I think we close to like 70,000 members or something like that. Whatever it is, man, make sure y'all keep on support, keep doing your thing so we can reach our next goal. Like I told y'all before, man, the wait is over. It's time for Big Matt McChesney to join the show, man. 0 to 65 on YouTube. Make sure you tune in, man. What's going on, Matt?
What's good?
Chilling.
Clean shaven like me. 2 ball-headed whites. Appreciate it.
He ain't bald head. He low, but he ain't bald head.
Well, this what we call this bald, don't we?
No, you bald. I'm saying Matt's not.
I'm not bald. I'm not bald. I can shave. I shave my head just like him
right now. Matt's not bald.
It's a one cut. It's a one fade taper.
Thank you. One fade taper, line up. Come on, I know what he got. Matt get his hair cut at the brothers' barbershop. He go to the hood.
Yeah, I don't let white people cut my hair. Are you crazy?
Shit, like he get the real. Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Why is that? Why can't white people cut hair?
Because they only cut at, like, what do you call it here? The bangs and shit. The fucking weird shit.
Cuts.
Yeah, bowl cut.
Like a nice fade from the beard up and line that shit and fucking.
Yeah. I've never been into a true story. I've never been in a white barber. Never.
Of course, I've had a white guy cut my hair before, but in Denver, bro, I can't.
Never.
If everybody's in Denver and knows where there's black barbershop that can actually do it right, I'm in.
I've never had a white person cut my hair ever.
You can go to sports clips, homie. Stop lying.
I don't even know what that is, homie.
I see you as well.
You got the app. He's got the app.
Right.
I've never had a white person cut my hair. My barber's been my barber since he's been my 40-year friend, Dave Boston. He was on the show cutting my hair on Netflix. We didn't just go on that. I didn't go to that barbershop as a fucking act, Smitty. Like, let's go to a black barbershop so I can look cool.
What happened in Independence? Was there any brothers in Independence cutting hair?
Fuck, I shaved my own hair with my fucking own clippers. And to this day, I cut my hair with my clippers. On the show at the time, because I didn't live in Cali at the time, so I said, man, I got to get my boy to fucking shave me down because I didn't have my clippers with me because I was traveling. So obviously I went into the shop and he cut me. So there you go, Smitty. You already know. You know the deal too. No Trevor's cut my motherfucking hair, homie. Huh.
Homie, you've been bald your whole life, homie. So you ain't need no barber, homie. You just do your own
I could grow hair. Give me 3 weeks, I could have a full head of hair if I would grow.
I do it. That's the challenge. The 3-week challenge. We gonna watch it. Put the date down, chat.
I hate hair, but I'll do it. Are you paying me or something? All right, we got a lot to discuss with Matt. We got a lot to discuss with Matt. I don't know, Matt, where this thing goes and turns all the time. Ad-lib show. We got to get right to this, though, Matt. First of all, I got to get your take. Philadelphia Eagles declined a White House invitation. I kind of broke it down earlier. I broke it down earlier. I said that, I think now that the Eagles are not the Eagles. MAGA flags are synonymous with American flags now, which has become more of a divide, in my opinion. Before it was football. You went to the White House, didn't fucking matter who the president was. You represented the country. Now it's a racial divide. We broke it down earlier. Just give us your take on this whole thing. Deal or no deal? Big deal or no big deal?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. I mean, who gives a shit? But from an optics standpoint, I think it's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, go to the White House, bro. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Go and enjoy yourself and take some pictures. And I guarantee you, not everybody on the team doesn't want to go.
I know.
Oh, for sure.
I guarantee you, half the fucking team wants to go. They just don't want to speak up and get bitched at by the other half of the team. Let's be real.
Because their owner is literally donated to the Clinton Foundation, Kamala Harris.
He's a big lefty. That's true.
Yeah, so
that's cool. I don't really give a shit. He should be able to put in his political bullshit too and go to the fucking White House. I mean, bro, come on. Just go to the White House and take pictures and smile. You're in Philadelphia. It's supposed to be like the beacon.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, Philadelphia. How many fucking historic landmarks are there in that city? For the country, represents the country. I just don't understand the whole thing by this political thing.
You're telling me that Americans don't want to go to the White House.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And here's the cool part. A week prior, you got half the Buffalo Bills golfing with Trump. They post that all over the place. And it's kind of like, is this like a one-up? Is this like a political ploy in the NFL? I mean, I don't understand. I could have sworn, Matt, that it said in racism in the end zones in the NFL not too long ago. And then they took it out of the Super Bowl. And all of a sudden, it's become a racial war in the NFL with political parties and affiliates talking about we don't want to go here.
That are pro-Trump.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And by the way,
70% of the roster voted for Trump. How much you want to bet?
And by the way, this thing was I believe Philadelphia was rooting Trump in the fucking Philadelphia primaries. I
don't know any of that, but I will say this. It should just be, look, the team is going to Philadelphia or the team is going to Washington, D.C., to visit the president because we won the Super Bowl. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go.
That's simple.
Yeah.
That's it. And that goes for everyone, from the owner to the coach to the fucking ball boy. If you don't want to go, you ain't got to go. But this is what we're doing. And if you want to go, be at the airport this day. Right. We're getting on a charter. We're going to D.C. or I'm sure you could drive Philly to D.C. It's probably not that far. It's a couple of hours. Just fucking get down there, do your thing. Take your pictures and move. You feel me? Not everything needs to be a political statement.
Yeah. I agree with that point. Overall, 100%. We shall see who shows up and who doesn't, man. But diving into another topic that we kind of briefly hinted at. So Shedeur is expected to only focus on interviews with teams at this year's 2025 NFL Combine. He's not going to be actually participating in the different drills. So he plans to let his 4 years of film basically speak for itself, and will throw instead at his pro day instead of throwing here at the combine. Here, I guess we'll just start here. Matt, I see you shaking your head already. You agree with this move?
Yeah, I wouldn't throw either at the combine. I'll do some interviews and only with maybe the top 10. I'm not interviewing with fucking Baltimore. No offense to Baltimore, just as an example. Not throwing, probably not going to run. And my resume's on film, bro. Look, the Underwear Olympics are the most overrated, exhausting part of football. I hate them. You have to understand I'm not vindictive towards it. I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because all three of us know how many fucking weight room warrior, look like Tarzan, play like Jane, underwear Olympic freaks have been in the NFL that couldn't play a fucking lick. Bailey and I got in this huge beef with the Florida Gators over me calling out guys like Jarvis Moss and Vernon Goldston. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. If you're a first rounder, there's a connotation that comes with that. You probably ran really fast. I don't mean you're good at football. So I feel like so much more onus should be put into the film rather than just this guy fucking ran so fast. He's incredible. Like the underwear Olympics are such a waste of time for me. And if I was one of these big time players coming out and I've got all this film, why would you work out? Like, I'll do a couple interviews, come to my pro day where I can control the narrative, and I'll tear it up there, and then we'll go to the NFL. But how much more do you really need to see? Like, what in Indianapolis is Shador, Cam Ward, or even Travis Hunter? What are they going to do in T-shirts like that's going to fucking wow everybody? Oh, my God, they ran over those bags so fast. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. Like, remember when Chris Jones' dick fell out when he was running the 40? Right? He's running the 40, his dick falls out, and he just falls over on the turf. All the scouts are like, oh my God, you see the size of that fucking eggplant? We got to draft him in the first round.
Hey, I mean, I remember Jerry Jones, his audio leak, Jamie Foxx was at the practice, and he talked about some players' dick size. Maybe that's part of the process, Matt. Maybe they want to see you can, if you're hanging this way, you can play that way. I don't know. I
also think it's a little weird, a bunch of grown men sitting around watching a bunch of other grown men in fucking like underwear, just like pinching titties and ass grabbing and shit. Like, at some point, can we just watch some film and you don't need your hand up my ass for 3 days in Indianapolis?
I'm with you, homie. It's like, watch the tape. Like, because I wasn't a good tester, so maybe I'm biased, but like when I went to like the little one-day camps and all that, I was very average when it came to a lot of those numbers. But watch what I do on film. Like, the greatest test of football is watch me play football. Don't watch me do track drills and how fast I am and how high I can jump vertically. I don't need to jump that high vertically for fucking what? To bat down a ball, I guess, here and there. Watch what I do on the actual field itself. So I agree with you 100%. But, JB, you got to look in your eye right now of confusion. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's asinine. It's crazy. Both of you guys are fucking out of your mind. Number one. Number two, tell me what they wear at Pro Day. What do they wear at Pro Day in Colorado? Oh, what the fuck's the difference?
There's no difference.
Why is he going to do that? Why is he going to do that and not this? I just want to ask. Here's why.
Control the narrative.
Environment. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm an evaluator of talent, though, it's not about the talent. We already saw that on film, which he didn't play against very good talent. He turned down against the best talent. So let's be honest. He turned down the Senior Bowl, Matt. The better talent didn't play in that either. And now you're going to avoid the best. You're going to avoid the best talent. And it's not about shorts and shirts to me. It's about.
What do you mean he turned down the Senior Bowl?
He didn't play in it.
He went to the Shrine Game, didn't he?
Or the Shrine Game, whatever. My bad. Shrine Game. He didn't play in it.
What? Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying. Like, if I'm evaluating, I'm just talking quarterback, man. I'm not going to talk about all the positions because you know it better than me. You actually did these things. I'm going to sit there and look at the quarterback position as a position, Smitty, that we always use the word synonymously with it factor. I want to see the guy's it factor with amongst all the best talent at the combine. I don't want to see him in his comfortable environment at the pro day in Boulder. I've seen him already in Boulder. There's no difference in shorts and shirts at the combine than there is in Boulder, is there? Am I tripping?
Nope.
So why don't I didn't get to see you in the Shrine Game. You turned that down. I didn't get to see you against ultimate talent. You weren't in the SEC. We will argue that against the better talent, you lost. So I want to see you perform against good talent. And I do want to see you in shorts and shirts throw the football. Johnny Manziel did it in pads. He brought pads out, tried to be an innovator. Here's the issue I have, Matt, and I want to ask you an honest question, Matt. I just want to ask you, Matt, an honest question. If you're back in our day, or even before our day, the combine meant something because it was the best of the best, and you got invited. So we took the invitation and ran with it to say, all right, we're here. Let's perform and show you what we can do. From a quarterback position standpoint, I'm sitting there like, okay, now I can evaluate you with other eyes on me, looking at the best of the best, and I can make the pinpoint throw. I can throw it on rhythm. I can throw a hitch, take 2 extra steps with a hitch and throw the 9 ball. I want to see that in person in amongst all the great other players. I don't need to see you at home and comfortable with your wideouts, Horn and Travis and everybody at home at your Colorado in Boulder when you've already done this on rec. We've already seen that game and that play game. So I want to see it different. I thought the combine was used to mean something. I agree with Matt wholeheartedly that the combine now is an absolute joke. So I agree with you, Matt, on that side.
What's the difference?
I'm just speaking of a quarterback perspective. I want to see you. I want to see you in the match. I thought the combine was good back in the day. I thought the combine mattered back in the day. Versus now, like Matt's saying, it's shit show. It is a shit show. I thought it mattered though 25 years ago. I thought it was a real thing. I think it's to Matt's point. It's a shit show now. But so are pro days, homie. So are pro days. They're jokes.
I think the entire evaluation process is a little ass backwards, in my opinion, but it's always been like that. That's why in this game specifically, you can earn it as a grunt. Like there's the other three sports, if you're not testing at the level they want you to test at, or you don't check the boxes, you're probably not getting in unless you're Bronny James. In football, bro, like, let's be real, the roster, if not more. For example, last year in the Super Bowl, 70% of the roster was drafted past the fourth round or undrafted. It was starting in the game. So, like, this is a grunt sport where you can earn it. Like, I don't really give a fuck what you're – as an offensive lineman, like, if you're athletic and fluid, I could give a Tiffany fuck what you run 40 in. I don't care. We shouldn't run it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Right. Like, do 225 bench. Can you play the position on film? Do you know what an overfront is? Are you fucking boo-boo the fool? Or, can you articulate what's going on in the field? And let's roll. Like, some of this shit is just – it's like redundant for the sake of redundancy. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people
I got a take for you.
Don't like the fact that I'm calling out first rounders. Bro, blow me. Miss me with this shit, dog. You know how many bust-ass first rounders have been in the fucking league throughout time? Give me a fucking break with this defending people you don't even know shit. Get that dude's dick out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah, here's an issue I have, and I'm just speaking solely on quarterback play, Smitty and Matt, on this evaluation process. He doesn't have the biggest arm of all. We're looking at quarterback. I think it's the worst quarterback draft, period. I think you could throw all of them in this mix, and you can pick one out, and they're going to be the same NFL, have the same NFL career, from Kyle McCord to Cam Ward to Shedeur Sanders to Jackson Dart. I think they're all very, very equal. I think they're very equal. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
You think a lot of I'll just use the top three: Ward, Shedeur, and Dart, right? Those are the top three.
Yeah, I think so.
I like Kyle McCord. Right? I think Kyle McCord has risen.
Let's say McCord, throw him in there. Dart. Let's say those four go in the first round. How much of it is where they go as opposed to who they are?
It's huge. Both. And we argue that, or we don't argue. We actually agree to this a lot on this show.
I think all of us agree.
I've seen great quarterbacks be deteriorated in this league and get ate up because of the team they chose to go or got drafted by. Yep. They got drafted by a team, and we could say, "Oh fuck, man, they could have won." But look at Sam Darnold now. Maybe he's the guy we could have got if he got drafted by, let's say, the Chiefs, and had to back up Alex Smith for a year, and instead he gets thrown to the worst franchise in football. Jets, Carolina, 6 OCs, 4 head coaches, like all that matters to me. And I think this draft, this class in particular, I'm just speaking of quarterback, going back to the combine, and why I think if you're considered a top 2 guy, like let's just say they're saying, and I think it's because of the name and the recognition and the branding. I think fame and being famous has allowed Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, with the banter back and forth, the friendly competition that they have going on, I think has made them 1 and 2 because the media has pushed them to be 1 and 2. Obviously, one has a last name named Sanders. One been at 3 schools. Here's the issue I have. If you're the best and you are the guy you say you are, then go show me. I want to see all the throws. I want to see you run a 40, because here in Shedeur, I'm just speaking of Shedeur Sanders. In Shedeur Sanders' case, which I think 40s are shit, I agree with Matt, and Matt I hope you know I believe you in all. I'm with you in all this shit. The 40, the 315 bench, all that shit is joke to me. But in this scenario, we got a guy who we can argue is a tweener in Shedeur Sanders. He's not Lamar. He's not Mahomes as far as arm talent. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Burrow, ball spinner. So what is he? He's a very, very in-between tweener athletically, makes enough plays with his feet, but then he took 152 sacks in 4 years, led the nation. I'm saying, hold on, I may want to see him run, do a few cone drills. I need to see this motherfucker in person. That's the only fight I have on this whole time with the quarterback particularly. I would also want to see Cam Ward do the same thing. This ain't a Shedeur Sanders thing. I want to see all these quarterbacks because, like I said, you grab them and throw them at the wall and watch them trickle down the wall. I think they're the exact same guys, 10 of them, or about, I'd say 5 of them in this draft. So I want to see them. That's the only issue I have with this not being able to go here. If I'd have seen you in the Shrine Bowl, all right, you balled against the best of the best, okay. If I'd have seen you at this, but I haven't seen you yet, and you want to just do interviews, I'm just telling you, I'm going to be on record. I think the interview process only is going to hurt Shedeur Sanders. I've heard the motherfucker speak before. So
I disagree with that. I think
he's a pretty articulate. I think he's a pretty articulate, smart cat.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, look, man, everybody's got their opinion on the matter. He's earned the right to not throw, so he's not gonna. I don't know.
I'm with you. This has been going on for a while. I mean, it's always been players who
I don't know how
you're already going to be a top pick, or you like, no, I'm going to sit out there because it can only put, like, it can't help you at this point. So it's like, all right, I've already shown you what I am. It's already, we know he's going to be probably at worst probably top 5 pick unless some crazy trades and stuff goes around. But it's going to be a top
I don't
pick.
know how he's earned the right.
At that point, like, what am I doing this for? Just for shits and giggles? You got 4 years or 3 years, whatever, of tape. You're saying you want to see if I can make this throw or this throw or this throw or this.
Hold on. See, I think we're just talking. So I got a guy named Trey Lance who we gave up the farm for, who didn't even play his last year of FCS football during COVID, and then didn't play a whole year. And I don't want to evaluate a guy who played HBCU football for 2.
Well, that's not really the same thing, is it?
Come on, man. It is.
He did play. It's not the same thing. It's a horrible
started for 4 straight years.
I would argue the FCS football was better. No, I get that.
3 games in college, dog.
Yeah, it's a horrible.
I get that. I'm just saying, I'm not
going to compare the 2 of them. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I can compare HBCU talent though versus FCS, and I know what's better.
Shedeur threw for 8,000 yards in 2 years in the Pac-12 and the Big 12 against tons of different teams. Like, if you want variety against good Pac-12 schools, he tore them up on a bad team. And if you want variety against Big 12 schools, he tore up that conference on a better team. So, I mean,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think he's proven anything. I don't think he's earned the right not to throw. Like, I think he's enabled as shit and entitled not to throw. That's just me as a quarterback guy. I'd be pushing him to throw.
You made it take
I'd be pushing him to throw.
You made it take that you think the popularity of them plays a role in them being drafted so high. So let me ask you this: if he wasn't a Sanders, if he was Shedeur Smith or whatever, but everything else was the same, are you saying he wouldn't be a first rounder? What are you saying exactly?
If you want to put words in my mouth, yeah.
No, I'm asking you. I'm not putting words. I'm literally asking. I'm not saying you said it.
I don't believe he is. I think this draft is one of a very in particular draft this year. I think Matt's better suited to speak than I am on this. I think it's O-line, D-line heavy as it's been in a while, especially pass rusher. I think those are the big time gets in this draft. I think wideouts is a bad wideout class. It's a bad quarterback class. I think it's a heavy running back class. I don't know much about the backers in this draft. I don't think it's very heavy DB corner. I think it's more safety, O-line, D-line than it's been in a long time. And that's just from talking to professionals that I know that do this. I think quarterback, wideout, skill players are a down year. This is what it is. So I'm looking at other things. So would I look at him as a first round guy that can help if Bailey can pull up those teams, Matt, you tell me. Like, other than take the bias out and want to see good success for Sanders and all that, I get. But look at these teams. Does Shedeur go and instantly impact one of those teams, to your point earlier? I think it hurts them more than helps them. So I'm just trying to look.
For the team.
Hurt Shedeur more than it helps him if he goes to one of these teams. So if I were to ask you that, where is he a first rounder at in this scenario?
Okay, I think he could go to Tennessee. I think he could go to Cleveland. I think he could go to the Giants. I think he could go to the Raiders or the Jets. The Saints don't have a quarterback.
No. We know where he could go, Matt. That's not the question I'm saying. That's not the thing I'm thinking. We know he can go to any of the teams. He can go to any of the teams. What is going to be his success level per team that he gets picked up at is my question. That's why.
It's one of the reasons why I want him to go to the Raiders so bad. So he can play for an older coach that knows how to manage a rookie and is going to run the fuck out of the ball and rebuild around him. It's one of the reasons I don't want him to go to my Jets, because they are such a disaster and a shit show. It's one of the reasons I don't want him to go to Cleveland, because they're such a fucking disaster. I would love to see him in Tennessee with the Callahans. Ryan, the head coach, and Bill, his father's the O-line coach, and the way they're going to try and rebuild that team to run first and support the quarterback. I don't know about New York. Maybe you can help me with that. I have a feeling that I like Debo. He was time with the Jets.
Be good for him.
Smart. But is the Giant organization and the fucking idiot they have running the GM, that guy's a real fucking brain. Are they going to have enough time to build around, or is he going to have a new head coach next year that may not want him or like him? So much of this is where everyone goes. That includes Cam Ward. That includes Travis Hunter. It includes Dart. It includes Shedeur. It includes fucking the pass rushers. The Abdul Carter kid. Yeah, you as a pass rusher, you can go places and probably have more success just based on the fact that you're a freak pass rusher. But if he goes to Cleveland at 2, is that saying that Miles is leaving? And then all of a sudden,
or he's telling Miles we're going to have the best 2. Or he's telling him we're going to have the best 2 bookings.
We're going to get Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett, put him on the edges, which I'm cool with that too. But if he has to replace Myles Garrett, how much, you might as well be trying to fucking replace Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, dog.
Right.
You don't want to be the guy. How many times have you heard this? You don't necessarily want to be the guy after the guy.
Right, 100%.
It didn't work out for Gerard Mayo. It doesn't work out with Brian Greasy. It didn't work out with fucking how many guys have supplanted the guy and really had success? Like Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Hey Matt, the pussy's a little bigger. The pussy's a little bigger after the other guy.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
That's what the husband said after Steve Smith got done with his wife.
Jesus.
Here's my whole take on this. Not to beat a whole dead horse before Matt gets out of here.
Steve Smith is a nasty motherfucker.
I don't believe there's. Yeah, we can discuss that with you before you leave. I don't believe there's a quarterback in this draft, and I'm not just picking about Shedeur Sanders. I don't believe there's anybody in this draft you build around.
But Jason, there's always a guy that ends up, a year from now, we'll look back like, damn, I didn't know so and so was gonna be that good. You know what I'm saying?
But Smitty, you didn't listen. You didn't listen to what I said though. You didn't hear what I said, Smitty. I did. A year from now, you'll say that because of what's happened in Washington around Jaden Daniels. What happened? They got the OC that clicks. They had a wideout core. They had a good old line that helped them. This quarterback came in and was an anomaly. Oh shit, he's CJ Stroud. Well, guess what? That's in a year from now. I want to talk about now. They didn't draft. They're not going to draft a quarterback in this class, in my opinion, that you're going to build a team around. You're going to draft a kid in this class that hopefully has a team that can make him survive and become better.
7 teams are any good, so I guess they're all fucked, in your opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is
my point of bringing up last year is going into last year, we didn't look at Washington as a contender at all. We didn't look at Washington as a guy.
I thought they won 5 games.
Right. So my point is we don't know, and we're always wrong about quarterbacks. That's all I'm trying to say.
This is true where everyone's always wrong about these guys. So let's let it play out, number 1. Number 2 is Shedeur Sanders is different. His last name is Sanders. He's Deion's kid. He's a bad motherfucker. at his position.
Right.
He
That's
acts
why.
different.
The
He
name.
walks different. He
The
talks
name.
different. He's got real swag and intimidates a bunch of motherfuckers in the NFL. A bunch of old whites that don't like it and don't like that he does hip hop and doesn't like that he's got his own prerogative and his own concerns on top of playing quarterback, which he's seen that he's shown that he can handle it up to this point. So I don't know why he won't be able to handle it when he gets to the NFL. That's my personal opinion on the matter when it comes there. But, look, so much of all of this has come down to where you go, not necessarily who you are. So if these three quarterbacks end up in good situations, they'll probably all be successful. Is Bo Nix the same?
I think it's who he is. That's the only reason I think he's even being discussed.
Somewhere else, or did him and Sean Payton have a good marriage? Jaden Daniels, look at Sam Howell the year before. His numbers were fucking nuts, but Jaden Daniels knows how to win. There's the difference in Washington. That's
head coach helped there too. Head coach and Dan Quinn helped.
It's a perfect marriage. Caleb Williams didn't get that. He didn't get the marriage. He got a rocky divorce in like 8 weeks. Yeah. Drake May, he got a new coach in a year. So it's so much of this is where you go, and if it clicks, not necessarily who you are. Drake May and Caleb Williams are still excellent players. They were surrounded by the wrong guys, making the wrong calls that didn't have, the same goals or whatever, and now they're replaced. So unfortunately, that's something they're going to have to deal with. And these guys that just got drafted will have to deal with the same thing. If somebody goes to the Giants and they underachieve, they'll have a new coach next year. Period.
Yeah, I don't think there's a kid in this draft. I'm just being honest. So I'm not. People in the haters chat, I'm hating you because of Deion Sanders. I have no issue with Deion Sanders. I don't know why I have to keep saying this. I'm not a fan of Shador as a quarterback evaluator. As a quarterback evaluator, this has nothing to do with fucking anything else. I don't think he's a fucking big-time quarterback in the NFL.
It's easy for everybody to just hate on an evaluation because they think that you don't like someone.
You go through it on your show, Matt. I go through it on this show.
Yeah,
it is
we're all turning into like a fucking reality show where we have to abide people's feelings.
Yeah. If Matt gets on here and talks about the center and he's overrated, you're gonna say you don't know shit about it. Yeah, he only played it. Like it's just a joke, man. Listen. I don't see any quarterback in this draft. I think it'll be one of those drafts where in 5 years you're gonna be like, damn, the kid at Louisville is now starting in a Super Bowl that we didn't even know about. And I'm telling you right now, he's a pretty good player, but is he going to be good? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this draft to me is a draft that we're going to throw shit at the wall, see if it sticks. And I just don't see a team building around any of these QBs. So to my question, Matt, to you, should the Raiders give up a lot of, because I've been looking at it for 2 days, they got to give up quite a bit to move from 6 to 1. And does Tennessee want to deal with that? Are they cool with Will Levis? Are they cool with the past drafting a bunch of QBs in the last few drafts that have not really came out to be who they thought they would be? But does a 73-year-old head coach in Pete Carroll have time to risk a rookie development? This ain't Russ Wilson coming out. This ain't this is a guy that we have a lot of holes on this roster. I got Max Crosby. And that's it, Matt. I got Max Crosby. Like, this team needs a lot.
Yeah, I agree. But look, I don't think the Raiders would even have to move to get Shador. I wouldn't be surprised if he falls to 6. Like, you could probably get Jackson Dart at 6 too. So here's my question. What kind of risk do you want? Do you want Aaron Rodgers risk? Are they going to trade for Matt Stafford? Do you want Sam Darnold risk? Or do you want to go rookie and at least you got him on a rookie wage and you can build a team around him, and if it pops, we're rolling. Remember, this is the same Pete Carroll that in the same year signed Matt Flynn to a $70 million contract, old 6-touchdown Matt Flynn, and then drafted Russ Wilson in the 3rd round, and Russ took the job in training camp and they cut Matt Flynn and just gave him a check at peace. Like, that's fuck, Matt, high five. Like, you get to go on vacation for the rest of your life. Like, that sucks. You can't play, but you get paid. Right. Like, there's just so much that goes into this. I can sit here and speculate, and I'm going to fall on I think Shador's going to be a good pro and do well as a rookie. I do. I think that if he ends up at Tennessee, I don't like the Cleveland thing, but mainly because old Rub and Tug's in the room. You got to get rid of Deshaun Watson if you expect anybody else to have any voice in that fucking building. The Giants, if he gets past 3 and the Giants go a different direction, my question to the Giants is, okay, so you got Matt Stafford, right? So obviously if they don't take a quarterback at 3, they traded for Stafford. How do you feel about that whole thing? Like, why all of a sudden is Matt Stafford on the fucking trading block? He can't
I know why.
He plays with Aaron Rodgers? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know why. I've done a whole deep dive because Bailey and I are going to do a show after this about it, specifically since he's an LA Ram. But what I'm hearing is and you can talk to Weddle too, Matt, who talks to Sean McVay all the time. Like it's on Matthew Stafford, and his camp feels that he is a top 2, 3, 4 highest paid guy, should be in an NFL. I agree. I'm with them. But the Rams are sitting there like, hold on, you're 36, not 26. Right. So there's a huge issue. And then the Stafford camp, Matt, is turning around saying, well, hold on. I won you a Super Bowl in my first year at this organization when you traded for me. I should have beat the Eagles. It's you. Run the football, head coach, play caller. We beat the Eagles and maybe have another Super Bowl right now. I think I'm worth it. So I want to get your take, Matt, because you're a guy that defends the player side as well as Smitty. I'm kind of with Stafford on this one. Go ahead.
Matt Stafford right now, you've earned probably $200 million plus. You've got a Super Bowl. I would look at the guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and say, okay, money's not the most important thing anymore. I need to be somewhere where I can continuously win. $25 million a year with endorsements in LA and everything else. Yeah, I'm not getting paid like everybody else, but at least I'm in the playoffs every year and on a contender, and we can go get more players. Like, it's one of the things I love about Tom Brady the most is that he would consistently be middle of the road average on pay so they could go sign motherfuckers and build a team around him. Like, that was a huge
here's the only
Super Bowl
only
9.
fight back. Yeah. Only fight back I have with you is, are you going to ask me?
We took less money to go play on a team that was loaded.
Yeah. My only issue now is we don't say that, not you, but we don't say that when we ask about other guys. Like, we got guys holding out.
36.
So you're thinking it's an age thing. Here's what my only fight back is, I live in fucking LA. 25 million, 7 million. So I got to make sure we're clear here. I'm getting the fuck tax out of me.
Who your account is?
I'm getting the fuck tax out of me. I live in the highest property tax and state tax state in America.
Oh.
I mean, it is what it is. All I'm saying is, are you valid? No, that's what I'm saying though. Are you valid? You have valid points if I want to get paid more. I think I've earned it. And I'm defending the player here on this one.
I'm not saying he hasn't earned it. I'm saying to Matt Stafford, here's the question. Matt, do you want to keep winning Super Bowls or do you want to be the highest paid quarterback at 40? You want to be the highest paid quarterback, we can ship you somewhere that'll pay you, and then you can have salary cap problems and not be able to sign people and go same fucking problem you had in Detroit probably. Or do you want to stay in LA and make less but win more? Because when he's healthy, the Rams are in the fucking playoffs.
Every time.
And it's not like Sean McVay isn't finding diamonds in the rough everywhere. Kyrie Williams is a late rounder. Nakua is a third rounder. They're getting rid of Cooper Kupp. Like, they got rid of Aaron Donald and their D-line got better somehow. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Like,
Les Snead, that GM's unbelievable. He's underrated. Underrated GM.
Oh, he's a great. They do a really good job of identifying.
Les Snead is legit. Les Snead's legit.
I'm looking at that as Stafford. I'm going, look, there's constantly surrounding me with new quality young players. We're always in the fucking playoffs. We've got San Francisco's like they've got maybe one more year, but they're on the down. They're fucking old. They missed their window. They've got all this fucking salary cap money wrapped up in a couple of players. They got to fucking figure out if they're going to fuck with Purdy. Seattle is there. Let's see what Seattle like. I don't know if Seattle's going to be great. I don't know if they're probably going to be a 9-8 team. Geno Smith's nice, but come on, let's be real. Geno Smith's not going to take you anywhere but 9-8, 10-7, wild card, lose. And then the Cardinals, They're getting better under Gannon. But if I'm the Rams, it's like, look, we got a window open. We can win the West again this year. We can run the football. We've got good young skill players. We got a good defense. If I'm Matt Stafford, why would I want to leave that situation? Right. Just for some money? You don't have enough fucking money at this point, dog. Now, at some point as a quarterback, and this is why I'm bringing it up, specifically as a quarterback, and even all old players, Myles Garrett falls into this. Winning becomes more important than any check you can give me when I've made enough money to offset the original, like, oh my God, I just made $100 million because I'm a rookie or like my second contract and I got broke off. Once that's happened, the third time it's not as – I've never had it happen to me before, but I got a lot of buddies that hit second and third contracts. And it wasn't – the second contract was a party like you've never seen before where everything's – it's incredible. The third contract's like a text message. I signed for 3 years, $40 million. High five. No one gives a shit anymore. At that point, it's about how do I go somewhere and get a ring? Look at all the great vets, bro. Like DeMarcus Ware took less money to go to Denver, won a ring. It's Peyton Manning took less money to go to Denver and win a ring. Tom Brady consistently took less money and won rings. Take Mahomes. I know he makes a lot, but he's constantly restructuring his deal to be able to keep Chris Jones and all these other guys around so they can win rings. So if I was Matt Stafford, I'd be real careful about wanting to go to the fucking Giants.
Hey, be careful what you ask for.
They can't protect the fucking quarterback to save their life. He'll be on IR before you can say aye.
Hey, be careful what you ask for. The only thing I can seek is his wife and him are involved in a lot of other things. New York and LA, two biggest media markets.
She needs to have a little bit more couth on her podcast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her. I just know that New York and LA, biggest media markets. Maybe they have something planned like LeBron had when he came to LA. I don't know any of that. All I'm saying is there's some other things that are playing into this maybe. Who knows? It's going to be interesting next. I think the 12th free agency begins, but on the 11th, this whole franchise tag and tagging ends. And this week, Matt, before we get you back on Friday, you have any predictions on anything that could happen? Sam Darnold, I think, is going to happen. I think he's going to stay, actually, in my opinion. And you have a Devontae Adams. You got a Cooper Kupp, which would have to be a trade. You have a Devontae Adams situation, and then you have an Aaron Rodgers situation, which I understand he can't be moved till June 1st anyway. And they're going to take a huge hit, New York is, when they lose him in dead cap space money. So where are you at with any predictions before we talk to you Friday? I'm sure something will happen between now and then as far as this tagging goes, but I'm hearing Devontae Adams will be a Ram. Either way, I'm hearing he'll be a Charger or a Ram. He'll be in LA, which is going to be interesting. I think he fits both of those organizations pretty well. If Stafford stays, though, Matt, again, to your point, this goes back to if Stafford leaves, Devontae Adams, he going to be happy coming? It don't make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I don't know. You got any predictions on anything happening? What do you think is going to happen here in this week?
I think that T. Higgins is going to get fucking franchised by Cincinnati and lose his fucking mind. And that will start an ugly trend in Cincinnati that we all knew could and would happen because Mike Brown is the cheapest fucking biggest dick in the National Football League when it comes to paying players. Other than the Raiders can't figure out how to keep their guys and keep them happy. They always have good players that leave, right? Cincinnati does the same thing. Cincinnati will fucking have great players and then they leave in free agency because Mike Brown is cheap. And now he's got Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, and Hendricks, and all these other great players, and they all need to get paid. Burrow got paid, so the other three need to get paid. Yeah. I know Joe is like, yeah, we're going to get this done, but you're not the GM or the owner, bro, and your owner is penny pinching cheap in the NFL, for God's sake. So I don't see how that's going to work out. I wouldn't be surprised if it affects the negotiations and the relationship with Chase too. It's eventually the players can all read the writing on the wall that it doesn't matter what I do here. They're not going to give me a fair market value. They already gave Joe a huge contract he's safe. Everybody else, including Chase, we'll see, man. They earned it. They should be getting paid at the highest level, especially with Higgins and Chase being on second contracts. But, man, I don't know how Cincinnati's going to keep all their guys. And that defense was god-awful, so they're going to have to figure something out.
Super bad.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we'll see, Matt. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a very interesting deal, man. Is he a Ram, a Raider? I don't know where else. A Niner. I think you guys have said Purdy's going to lock up there. I just don't know. I don't know where he ends up, but it's going to be interesting.
It's also important, especially as we head to the draft, though, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, those decisions will impact what teams will do. If the Raiders get Aaron Rodgers, then maybe they're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
He can't be moved until June 1st. So
yeah, June 1st,
it's
though.
all going to be after the draft. He's going to end up somewhere that needs a quarterback that didn't get one in the draft, or somebody gets hurt. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out until training camp, and then whoever loses somebody or their quarterback situation that just turns out to suck, then all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers is on the board and he's playing quarterback for you.
Yeah, agree. Matt, you're on your show today?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Make sure you head on over to see 0 to 60 Pod with Matt McChesney and Big Bailey later on today. So head on over there and get latest things on Colorado Buffs, plus some NFL news, everything else Matt talks about over there. Go check it out. Matt, always a pleasure. We'll see you Friday.
Peace.
We got a lot going on. Smitty, the show keeps rolling. Appreciate everybody coming in on a Monday after the week off. Shout out to everybody.
Everybody keep your roll on. Everybody keep your roll on. What? For your time, JB.
I don't know that.
You don't.
That's same by
Cash
y'all.
money. That's
I don't
cash
know
money.
any song by y'all.
Betty wasn't born when it came out.
I'm straight. I only listen to white singers now.
Oh, okay. I respect that.
I got out of a bunch of white boys. I don't know who they are. Don't even know them. Just they're white.
That's your right to be white. That's your right. So I can't be mad about that at all.
America. It's America. Supposed to be.
But guess what, JB? It's time for one of my favorite segments. It's called What's Happening Now? Let's get it, JB. What's on your mind? What's going on? Let's talk about it, homie.
What is it? What are we talking about?
I did this crazy build up. It was like a energy, great transition, threw it at you, bow. And you wasn't ready, homie.
What happened?
Nothing happened, homie. What's happening now is what's happening. And you about to break it down right now and tell us what's really going on right now in the world. You're going to tell us what's going on, not just in the city, not just in the state.
I don't see it. Where's it at, homie?
Not just in the county, but you're going to break down what's really present, what's really going on right now in the present current world, in the time of where we at. Right there underneath where it says after Matt, what's happening now, with the highlighted in orange and Vega highlighted in pink right now underneath the Matt McChesney joins the show section. We're going to hop straight into that and really dive into what's going on right now at this exact same moment, where exactly the thing is highlighted in the document where it's in pink right now, where it says show video after Matt, what's happening now, highlighted in pink right here in the Google Doc. So without further ado, I'm excited.
I know why.
You're excited.
I know why.
Let's get to it.
I know why. I know why.
Why?
Because it's in fucking pink, homie. And I don't do pink. Real men don't do fucking pink, homie.
You got your players wearing pink. Don't laugh, chest you.
Yeah, for a disciplinary issue.
Well, you in trouble, homie. You disciplined for not being prepared, homie. So it's gonna be in pink for now. What's happening now?
What's happening now? Brought to you by Skybox Sports. Head on over there and get 10% off using my promo code CoachJB. If you want a ticker in your man cave, in your office, your coaching office, wherever it may be, skyboxsports.net. My promo code CoachJB. Get 10% off right now. What's happening now, Smitty? Trump calls out the governor of Maine to her face, which I thought was funny as shit. I'm glad that we have a real man in office again. And he asked her if she's going to comply with the executive order banning men from women's sports, Smitty. Show the video, Bailey.
Has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Oh, man.
That's gangster, homie. You can say what you want, Smitty, and I don't know. I don't think. First of all, I'm going to defend Smitty. Smitty's never defended the women-men's sports thing, so I don't know how he's going to act on this. Yeah. But this is what this is about. This is what it's about. Let's be honest. Even if Smitty don't like DMV, you're so bad and gangster, but then you defend a man in a woman's sport like a bitch. That's crazy to me. You say you gangster, homie, you DMV living, but yeah, you defending this motherfucker because what? Skin color, homie? Is it skin color, homie? Hmm? Why are you defending this fucking liberal-ass fucking governor who don't want to comply, but you're a gangster? See, if you're gangster, like all my gangster-ass homies, they're over there like Trump's a motherfucking gangster. But DMV's over here defending this liberal-ass fucking
I got to stop you, because what you doing right now is
I'm tired of you weak motherfuckers, homie.
You talk about the country being divided, the energy you putting out right now, you're doing it right now.
No, I'm not.
He didn't say nothing about no race.
No, I'm not.
He said
No, I'm
you are not the federal law.
No, I'm not.
Federal law. You can't hold main federal law. That's what he threw out. And you just went in a whole deep dive.
No, I'm not. I mean,
if you was a real gangster, you would be a gangster.
I got a daughter.
You basically saying you a bitch if you disagree now. You're saying you're dividing it now. You're being divided, homie.
Time out.
How you gonna say that?
What is the topic?
The topic is men playing in women's sport, which we all agree on. It shouldn't.
You either are with it or against it, homie. There ain't no fucking gray area. Stop fucking defending it.
I'm with you on that, but it's more context to what we just heard, though. He's trying to talk about you ain't gonna get no federal money and this is that. It's all. Yeah. It's not just. By
the way, Smitty, let's put it in context. California's in the same boat. Let's put it in context. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna give it to you the real way. California's governor, Newsom, this scumbag here in our state, has also said the same thing as the Maine governor. So guess what? Federal law requires you to comply because we made it a law federally. Now the individual state law says I can be harder than federal law. But when the NCAA complied to Trump and the mandate and said, you know what? We're going to ban the fucking transgender shit. We're not allowing men to play in women's sports. And the federal law said, hey, we made this a federal law. You guys need to comply. There is a case, DMV, where you can cut off federal funding to an individual state. Look it up. Y'all act like you just fucking, this is the issue. Why isn't DMV, Smitty, and myself all on the same page when it comes to the topic? DMV said he doesn't like men in women's sports. Smitty says he doesn't like men in women's sports. I said I don't like men in women's sports. So why are we disagreeing? Again, that's my point.
There's still different ways to go about certain stuff. We're not arguing that point. We just watched a video that it's not just black and white. It's not just this. We all agree on that. That's the bigger point. If that's what you want to talk about, cool. We'll talk about that. Let's move on. It's the entirety of the video that we just saw. It's his approach. A lot of people don't agree with Trump because of his approach to how he does stuff. The how he does stuff. That's the bigger
like that
issue
shit.
in a lot of stuff, and that's okay to not like that. It doesn't make you soft, pussy, or a bitch because you disagree with that, and it doesn't make you racist or whatever. If you do like his approach, it's just different opinions of the approach. We're not disagreeing on the actual fact of men playing in women's sports. Y'all know where I stand. I've been on that side from the get go. I got a little sister too. I don't think biological men should be playing in women's sports. Point blank period. We're all in agreement. We're just saying the approach of how he goes to certain things we don't like, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We ain't all supposed to be thinking the exact same. It don't make nobody soft, pussy, or a bitch. That's all.
First of all, let's be clear. I said DMV said he doesn't.
Gene, you would never say it to my face. I hope I see Gene in public. I'm gonna stop the shout of him.
Hey,
right in the guy. I'm gonna stop DMV.
DMV.
I'm gonna show him how and pussy I am. Gene, if I see you in LA, I'm gonna stop the shit out of you, and I hope you swing back, and we gonna see how soft and pussy. We gonna find out how hard you are. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Go ahead, JB.
DMV. First of all, I said DMV. You said you don't like men and women's sports. That's what I said, homie. You don't listen. I said if DMV agrees, Smitty agrees, and I agree, then why are we fucking disagreeing about this fucking shitbird liberal who fighting it? That's the big question I have for all three of us who say we don't want men and women's sports, homie. Again, you don't listen. If we all agree we don't want men and women's sports, then why the fuck are we over here helping or aiding a fucking broad who says she continues to want that in Maine? By the way, so does this fucking scumbag we got in California. He said he won't comply either. Trust me, I'm going in on him too. Don't get it twisted. We have issues about this particular topic where all three of us say we agree, but we're disagreeing in the fact of how this man said it. Like, fuck his words, homie. Like, y'all judge me on my harsh words too. But my players did it. Like, you guys are fucking crazy, dog. I don't understand.
I just think as a leader, the how matters.
I was a leader.
That's what it is. I've been leader of my teams too, and how I said things, how I approach things matters.
You know what?
I go out there is bigger than just your intentions is you can say my intentions were pure. Cool. I'm big on intentions too, but still, as a leader, how you say stuff, the energy you put out matters when you have influence. That's all I'm saying. And part, not all, parts of the divide in this country is, in my opinion, is because of the approaches by not just Trump, but also things that Biden was doing because of both sides. They make weird ass comments.
Let me ask you something, Smitty. Let me ask you something.
Then Biden, somebody was it Biden or somebody said if you, I think it was Biden or somebody was like, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black. What? Like that's an example of divisiveness. So it's not just a Trump thing. I'm not trying to be on some. It's comments like that. You can't say no bullshit like that when you have influence. That's stupid.
I don't agree with you at all. Let me ask you something. As a former player, a person that has to answer to someone at the corporate level right now, would you rather have that person be the same evil cuss every day and know exactly who he is, or would you rather have him be a guy that's like this and never know where he is? Trump has been consistent, homie. Motherfuckers hate him from jump. He says crazy shit every single day. I
don't give him a pass because I didn't say give him a pass. I get a pass.
No, I said answer the question, homie.
At least he's him. Not.
So you rather have an inconsistent guy to answer the question?
I'd rather you be a consistent, good leader. Why you giving me ups and downs? That's not a good leader either. Be a consistent, good fucking leader. Think about
we just had a guy that was throwing shit at the wall, Smitty. Smitty, we just had a guy that was throwing shit at the wall. We never knew what the fuck he was gonna do. This guy can count on being a guy.
Dude, Biden wasn't a good leader either, homie. This is what the whole argument was.
I'd rather have the guy.
We didn't have good leadership. That's the point.
Here's the crazy part. I'd rather have the guy who took a bullet for the country and still fought to be the president, over a fucking broad who thinks men are equal to women in sports. That's all I'm saying, homie. Yeah, you can say what you want to say.
We have good leadership, period, is what my bigger point was, and that's that was my point when y'all was on here waving flags and getting T-shirts and Trump this and Trump that. I'm saying, damn, homie, y'all going awful hard for somebody who ain't shown me that he's a good leader. And I didn't put no Common shirt on. I ain't put no Biden shirt on. I ain't put no Trump shirt on because I didn't think none of them motherfuckers showed me that they was good leaders, in my opinion. So that was always my bigger point. It was, I don't care if you right, left, up, down, fucking, I don't care what you was. The bigger point was y'all go extremely hard for these motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you, number one. And number two, ain't even good leaders. We've been in sports our whole life. You've been a head coach. I know what a good leader is. I've been leaders on my team. I've been voted out. This is bigger point is leader is a leader is a leader. Are you a captain? I know what a good leader is. I've been around good leaders of men. I have good leaders of men who I talk to for advice. I've been around that. So I don't give a fuck if it's the country, a team, a club, a business, or organization. There's certain things when you're the leader of an organization that you don't do, and there's certain ways that you talk and certain ways you don't talk. It's common sense. That is what it is.
Not really, because you're asking a guy that's been in office for a month to show you his whole deck already.
I'm saying the how. I'm not talking about the action. I'm saying the how.
It don't matter. The how. You know what, Smitty?
And he's been in office before, homie. This ain't his first goal. I got 4 years of evidence.
Exactly. And he had to fix 12 years prior. He had to fix 12 years of shit prior, just like he has to fix 4 years of shit prior.
Homie. Y'all just throw that shit out there. Shit wasn't that bad. You wasn't doing that bad, homie. You wasn't doing that bad. And Obama can't even have to fix the shit that Bush did because, like, come on, homie. Like, it's always, we do it every fucking term. We do this.
And by the way, the same shit that the left bitched about with Obama is now happening, and now they forgot about it. They forgot about the fucking 10 million immigrants that he shipped out of here. Now they don't even bring that up. See, that's the problem, homie. It's hypocrisy at its finest. Like, that's all I'm saying. Smitty, I didn't fix independence by whispering sweet nothings in your ear. Like, you know better than anybody, homie. So you're telling me that your head coach took over Ball State and was like, okay, guys, no, I got to be an asshole and break this shit. Like, you should know about leadership, homie. I got to be a fucking asshole. Leaders aren't supposed to be fucking revered and loved, homie. They're supposed to be feared and respected. That's the difference. See, we think that everyone's supposed to be fucking nice now, homie, because we live in a cancel culture, vulture society, and we live in a bunch of soft pussies who are fucking gay as a hummingbird, who don't want to have any leadership or alpha males around them. They think the alphas are the females. They should coach football. They should fucking have all the access. Fucking get out of here, man. That's what's the problem with y'all generation, homie. Y'all
I never once said go out there and be soft and be kind and be nice and be soft and be weak. I said there's still a mature way to be a leader. I had great leaders in front of me who wasn't soft by any means, but they knew how to speak amongst men and keep us together and not divide us. Had nothing to do with being soft. There's a difference between me and again, it's not black and white. It's not Trump or soft. No, there's a line in the middle where you can be firm as fuck, be serious, and keep us together and not divided by the words you use. Maybe he's not capable of doing that because he just doesn't have the education or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But there's a way to be in the middle where you can be firm, be a grown-ass man, be a good leader, and keep us together and not divide us by certain comments. It has nothing to do with being soft, homie. Stop.
Yeah, gray area.
That's not being a good leader. That's what a good leader is. A good leader knows how to motivate men, be firm, but still not like at the end of the day.
Man.
Go ahead.
You said it. You know you call yourself men. They know how to motivate men. Anyway,
I love how Jimmy would like point out like he'll just find a word and use that to like prove whatever point you're trying to make.
You know what gray area leaders do? Fold, harden, and become irrelevant. There ain't no such thing as a gray area leader, homie. I want to know where my leaders create more leaders, not more followers.
Who's the gray area leader?
To create
What are
followers.
we talking about? What are you talking about?
You want a guy to be gray area and whisper sweet nothings.
Ain't no gray area. Be a good leader.
So let me ask you something, Smitty.
Coach
Are
Limbo,
you more?
Limbo,
Let me ask you a question, homie.
Coach Limbo, he was
Let me ask you a question.
Just spazzing like an immature kid, just fucking cussing, saying whatever. He was
Let me ask you a question.
Disciplined, serious fucking person, but knew how to be a leader, be a man, be mature, know how to talk to us with respect, shake his hand, eye to eye, like little detailed stuff. Trump sometimes goes up.
Let me ask you,
like he's some immature kid just out here just free falling, just talking so look. This way we talk amongst each other, JB, in a text message shouldn't be what we say when I stand in front of a group of people. That's my point.
Let me ask you
gray area.
I disagree. I want to be the same person no matter what. Let me ask you something.
You don't even believe that. You don't talk the same way. When you go to San Diego and talk in front of everybody, it's not the exact same way how me and you and Baby be in the fucking chat saying the words that we be saying. It's not the exact same. Stop.
Pretty much
you're
is.
not putting out the same language the same way you do.
Have you heard me speak? Have you heard me speak in front of public?
And I heard you come on my show, homie. You ain't coming on that show saying, bitch, fuck, gay shit. No, you know how to turn that shit off too, huh? Exactly my point. Don't put your hands out. That's my point. In certain scenarios, in certain situations, you got to know how to control yourself, homie. What are you talking about?
You're very confused, youngster.
I'm not confused at all. I know what I'm talking about. I'm like
a person that I respected in Marcellus Wiley was on that panel with me. I told him I would do a favor and a solid for him by not putting him in harm's way. I did so.
Right. Don't put the American people in harm's way, homie.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
That's my point.
You're a liar. You've never heard me speak in front of public settings. Because I'm the same person every time I speak in front of a public setting. Ask anybody here that's heard me speak to their kids, their coaches, or otherwise. I'm the same motherfucker. I cuss. I sit there. I'm not different. Hey, let me ask you, though, before we move on. Shaun King's here. I got to ask you something. Are you more pissed about his delivery or his message? Because I'm confused. I think you're mad about his delivery, homie. You didn't listen to the message fucking at all.
I'm not even mad at you. I'm mad at your ass because you be acting like you don't understand what I'm saying. It pisses me off because you're smart as hell and you do this shit for clicks and likes, homie. You know what I'm talking about what a good leader is. You doing this shit for the fans. That's why I'm mad. Fuck Trump right now. We past that point. I'm talking to you, man to man, leader to the leader. You know what a leader is, homie. It's certain ways you talk to people, certain ways you don't. Point blank, period.
What do I say all the time?
I don't know. I say a lot of stuff all the time.
Is it the tone or the message? I think y'all confused. You listen to the tone. But speaking of tone, a tone low looking motherfucker we got on this show coming on right now.
Double
Our
Ray
main man,
Dudley looking
Super Bowl champ. Since he wanted to clown so damn much, Tone Loke looking ass.
Right,
bring his video in, Bailey. Hey, by the way, Shaun, Tone Loke looking at. Hey, by the way, hey, Smitty, Obama was supposed to be one of the greatest speakers ever.
Oh, my God.
You know that? He spoke so eloquently.
You read that comment. Good shit. Go ahead.
He left the country, homie. He hasn't said death to this
I love calling JB out because I always know when JB, I'm going to call because we really show. You read a fucking comment in the fucking chat doing a commercial. Somebody don't shake your head. Keep it real, homie. Don't fucking lie. You read the comment he just put and you want to repeat it.
What comment?
Oh, stop it. What's going on?
I'm looking right. I'm on a whole other thing right here. This motherfucker was the great. I'm telling you right now. As a brother, my brother, I'm talking about my Air Force pilot brother who was a Republican, who's like, Obama's one of the greatest speaking presidents we've ever seen or had. And this motherfucker put this country in so fucking much debt. And you're sitting here talking about the tone of the message is why you don't like a person. Well, guess what? I didn't want to listen to that sweet talking motherfucker married to a goddamn man either. But guess what? He didn't do shit for our ass.
Stop disrespecting.
Anyway, Shaun King's here. Shaun King, I'm sorry.
He been here. You kept going.
I know, but you didn't want to shut up.
Now he's here.
And so
I see him now. He's here. How you doing, Shaun? Brother to brother. How you doing?
Welcome back. Welcome back, fellas. Welcome back.
Tulane green on. Yeah, I love it.
Hey, Smitty, I missed you, man. As your friend, don't go to the comments. I didn't see the whole argument if they are roasting your ass.
I don't care. I don't care that much. Gene is be pissing me off because he talks shit too much. When I see him, I talk shit out of him. Other than that, I'm cool with everybody else.
Is that real? Is that true, Shaun? Because I thought they was roasting my ass. I see my ass getting.
Shaun, I've been doing it for 3 years, Shaun.
You ain't been doing it for 3 years. Stop exaggerating, homie.
2 years. It's been like this for 2 years.
Year and a half.
Since the time I jumped on this show, Shaun, day one, the far whites was on my head from day one. It ain't nothing changed.
One of them said, Smitty argue with ex-wife.
Right or white?
White.
Hey, Smitty, they say you argue with ex-wife energy, man.
That's what they said. You laughing too hard, though. Why you laughing about it, brother?
So
brother?
I came, first of all,
I'm just making sure.
I don't want no smoke. I'm supposed to be on at 8. It's fucking 8:12.
I heated. She got heated.
You've been out 4 minutes, though.
The first thing they said was you was trying to bully somebody. I don't know. They said you was picking on somebody. Then they just started
Smitty?
Me.
You, Smitty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Smitty bully a lot of people. Smitty's like Cobra Kai. If you haven't watched the series Cobra Kai, so when the movie ended, when the Karate Kid came out, Daniel's son came out as like this little feminine cat that everybody liked because he came back getting his ass whooped, and then he came. Now, full circle, if you watch Cobra Kai on Netflix, Johnny's the one who seemed to have got fucked over, and Daniel's the asshole shitbird. See, Smitty plays the role, but then really is being the shitbird over here on the side.
I love the chat that they really think like I'm like. First of all, the chat think I'm short as hell. They think I'm like 5'6". They think I'm like soft. They think I'm up. I love that they think that because I want them to try me in person, and then we're gonna see everything else. But let's dive to the topics right now, Mr. Shaun Kim. So glad to have you on here, man. The NFL informed team that the 2025 salary cap will be roughly $277.5 million to $281.5 million. That's an increase of $22 to $26 million from last year. I want to ask you this, Shaun. How will this dramatic increase, impact NFL free agency in your view, in your eyes?
Well, it's a good time to be a player and be a free agent. I mean, the deals that guys that were getting $4 million a year are going to get 5.6 now. You know, it's just going to go up. They're going to spread it out, over the guys that they're signing. Guys going to get a little more, which is good for the guys. Here's how I look at every increase like that. It's because of the amount of money the owners are making. And because this is a collectively bargained agreement, they have to get a certain percentage of the total pie. So that just says that the NFL is healthy, that the teams are continuing to appreciate, and that's good for the players. The players deserve to get more of that.
I agree 100%. JB, you got that look in your eye right now. I don't know if you're confused or what you're thinking about. What your thoughts?
Here's a problem I have, and I want to ask Shaun this. When cats get affected by the cap after June 1 and this dead cap space and all this shit, like, I want to know how this is affected. This, to me, it sounds like we're throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks again. Because Aaron Rodgers can't be moved till June 1st. The Jets, are going to take a huge dead cap hit. Then you have a team having to consume or assume that money on as for that year at a new place. Let's say the Raiders take them for a year. How does that affect this whole thing when we're talking about either A, trade, B, franchise tag, or we talked about last week when we did the special show on this draft class when we're starting to tag guys all the way until March 11th. We got a couple weeks here where we can see a lot of movement this week is what I'm hearing. How does this affect that? Because to me, you'll miss that, right? You'll miss that. June 1st it'll be beyond that threshold or that window, I guess, of the $4 million increase.
So, and I don't have this information right in front of me, but I'm trying to, I know I read about this, and I think it has something to do with the fact the league calendar does not start January 1. I think the league calendar starts June 1st. So when you're talking about the proration of agreed upon salary, it's based on what year the contract you're in. So I think some of these June 1st cuts are guys that have to be in the next year of their deal so that they can spread the remaining funds over and it don't just cripple them cap-wise. I'm pretty sure that that's what the relation is to that.
Yeah, I don't know. What I'm seeing, it says January 6th, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know when the league year starts. I have no idea.
It has something to do with that.
I know March 4th. March 4th is the end of this negotiation period. Then you got a week before the free agent the draft or trades can occur and all that shit. And then you got the June 1st, which seems to be more of a team scenario, correct? So the June 1st guys, let's say such as Aaron Rodgers. Is Aaron Rodgers only available after June 1st is because that would be his end of his salary for that year per the Jets organization? Or is that a league?
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Barry put a message in the chat. I'm just going to read it out loud real quick. He said that Aaron can sign with the team March 12th if the New York Jets designated him for release on June 1st. I don't know if I'm saying that clearly.
Yeah, but they can't because they'll get hit. They'll get hit fucking huge. Right? Isn't that the difference?
I know it has everything to do with salary acceleration. That's why Myles Garrett can't be traded until June 1st, because if he's traded before, like, it cripples the Browns. But I'm assuming that that's just the start of the new league year.
Yeah.
And that's how the chips. I don't understand Aaron's situation.
Yeah, I don't either.
Interesting. I do know this, but the Patriots will have a league high $126 million in salary cap space, over $25 million more than any other NFL team. So they'll be leading the way. So it'll be interesting to see how the Patriots.
Yeah. Hey, Smitty, before you move on to the next topic, before you read it to him, let me ask Shaun on this thing. So if let's say we don't want to kill ourselves and we're going to let Aaron go as a Jet organization June 1st, how important is this draft then, and how important is the picks that these top, I don't know, put the teams up, Bailey, real quick. Let's say these top 8 teams, considering the Raiders need a QB. Jacksonville has one, but I'm hearing they could be shopping sunshine. New England found a quarterback, it seems, Drake May. The Giants need one. Cleveland could be trying to get rid of a lame duck guy who's going to be out for all of 25. And then Tennessee, who's drafted a couple QBs lately, just haven't had success with any of them. Like, how important is this rely on the June 1st release date? Because obviously the draft's in April. So, like, they're going to give away some of these teams. How do you make a decision or a move? This is my whole thing. Why is the NFL not on accord on the same sort of moving pattern per team when we're discussing a league of 32, and each team now has to move differently based on a situation that is either with a free agent, a draft pick, or a franchise tag? The Jets are in a fucked up situation here. If they want to move on with a new head coach and Aaron Glenn, they got to wait until after the draft. So is there a scenario where, hey, man, Aaron, we need you to come back?
I think
you know what I'm saying, Shaun? Like, yeah, hey, Aaron, we may need you to come back and play again because we didn't get what we wanted in the first 7 picks.
I think the situations are different, though, because the Jets are releasing Aaron Rodgers, correct?
Yeah, that's what came out. Yeah.
The Browns
are releasing them, but the way they release them and when they release them is a huge difference in money.
But I would assume that that's agreed upon and he can go and seek other employment. He may not just be officially be able to. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on that part of it. I know Myles Garrett's situation is he wants to be traded, which is different than actually cutting and a guy being a free agent. So I don't want to mix those two things up, which is different than if the Vikings decide to franchise Sam Darnold. So some different things in play here. I don't think they're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're asking, though, about why the dates don't just line up. And I don't have a good answer for you for that.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's a lot of – you got to really be a cap specialist to understand every little in and out. All we know is that I can see the Raiders, Jets, Giants, these teams that need QBs are sitting there like, do I draft a pass rusher or do I draft a quarterback? Like, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
Raiders got $100 million in free agency. They're second on that list behind the Patriots. I don't know that this is a star-studded free agent group, though. There's some familiar names, but I don't know how many just true difference makers there are that are actual free agents this offseason. So I think some guys are going to ultimately get overpaid because of that. Good for them.
Make your money. So moving on, another topic, man. Jameis Winston was discussing, seeing the signs of Tom Brady coming to Tampa on Barstool, and he also was talking about why nobody will break his 33 touchdown, 30 interception season. Check out this video.
Going into the Bucs facility in the middle of COVID, training my butt off, like knowing that the world is shut down, but I see signs of TB12 being built in the middle of COVID. I said, now how in the hell are they able to build a TB12 in the middle of COVID? and nothing is announced yet. But I'm going to the facility still. I'm like, man, I'm going to get a chance to work with Tom Brady. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be amazing. And then breaking news, Tom Brady has just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm just sitting there like, I knew that TB12. There don't nothing happen by coincidence. Like, I'm sitting there getting my life, and I'm going through it with my dad. Like, I just been broke an NFL record with 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Like, ain't nobody going to ever break that ever. They're not confident enough.
Shaun, just first of all, we know Jameis always, joking and having fun with it. I'm a fan of Jameis personally. But let me ask you this though, on the serious note.
That's why I don't get Shaun's infatuation with the cat. I think he's a fucking joke.
Nah, he's super talented cat. That's the reason why he was drafted where he was drafted. Like, come on, he can make any throw on the field. The team loves him, but he also makes the mistakes as well. But let me ask you this, Shaun: is he a top tier free agent in your opinion?
He's the best free agent quarterback on the market.
Hello.
I think Shaun signed a deal to be his agent.
Shit, I wish.
He's a good ass backup now.
He's starting caliber talent. I'll say this. If I was involved with Jameis and he asked my opinion, I would say we kind of at a crossroads here, because if you want to retire, you probably can go to any of the major networks and get a 7-figure-a-year television job.
Fox love him.
I think you're going to be great on TV. I was like, but if you still want to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, which as your age, I think you should still pursue that. We got to start adjusting the image just a little bit. I know he's having fun. I know he's a natural, affable person. I don't think he means any harm. But we got to convince one of these 32 teams to look at you as a CEO, not just a personality. So I just think he has to be careful this offseason, because this might be his last shot to potentially get somewhere and have a chance to be the starter.
Hey, you defend Jameis like Matt defend Sanders' family.
I tell the truth, JV. I'm not defending nobody. I'm telling the truth. The man is super talented. He's got starting quarterback ability, but I think there are a lot of teams that don't view him as a starting quarterback, because of some of his antics. But that's just a part of who he is.
He's being who he is, JB. You said be who you are at all times.
Being who he is isn't good enough.
And
if I'm an older GM, I'm not taking that motherfucker.
If he wants to go to TV, I think he's having a great offseason. If he wants to be a starting quarterback, I think there's a lot to be left to be desired by some of the choices he's making on how to present himself.
And that's my issue. Like, if you're representing them, though, like you said, if you were representing them, like, are you going to end your career this way, or am I going to try to take this profession seriously for a few years and stop the bullshit and see, as a talented cat as you are, a Heisman, a Natty, championship, like, this motherfucker's got a hell of a resume. Why don't you? I don't understand. Like, why are we being serious? The takes that he has is screaming to me that he wants to be on mainstream media, not a quarterback who's being taken seriously. If Smitty and I were on a team, and this was the guy that's rumored to be coming to our team, Smitty and I would look at each other, and I could see us saying, "Oh, this motherfucker's come." Like, that's how I think we would discuss him. Like, "Oh, this motherfucker's come." Not that, "Oh shit, Tom Brady's coming." Like, it's walk.
I mean,
well, you know what I mean, Smitty. Like, You know what I mean, though? Like a serious motherfucker's coming to make us winners. I don't need another clown in my locker room as our quarterback. I need a motherfucker to get me over the hump. I want to win. Do we want to win Super Bowls or we want to make TikTok fucking videos, homie? Like, this is a crazy-ass generation, man. I'm almost over y'all motherfuckers.
Again, I think it comes down to what he wants to do.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got options.
I think it should be. I think it's the other way around. I think the teams should tell him shit or get off the pot. That's my opinion. I'm not paying the motherfucker.
In what pro league have they ever been intrusive like that? They're gonna agree with it or don't agree with it. I'm telling you, if I ever got the chance to speak with Jameis, I would say, first of all, don't change. Just evolve and pivot and understand what the goal at hand is. If that's to be on TV, then what you're doing is brilliant. I think you're creating a bidding war for your services when you decide to go into television after you stop playing football. But if we still have a desire to be a starting quarterback, we got an image problem. We got a narrative adjustment that we have to make with these teams.
And Smitty, you could answer better than anybody. It screams RG3, and that shit didn't last very long. It screams RG3, who wanted to get into media and mainstream media after his career ended abruptly, and then now that seems to be ending already. Like, I like Jameis. I don't want him to go that route, and then this thing ends for him in the same regard, in the same fashion, and he follows RG3's footsteps. Like, if you got 5 more years in the NFL as a quarterback, serious up. You got the talent. Go fucking win a Super Bowl or go start and be a guy that gets a Pro Bowl, gets a big bag late in his career. But if you're going to be a joke, I'm not taking the risk on you as a team, a franchise, a head coach, or an organization. Sean McVay would never fuck with Jameis Winston.
Are we assuming that he's not like busting his ass like in the offseason and working hard to get better because his personality is what it is?
No, so let me be very clear. Let me be very clear. Jameis is one of the hardest working guys.
Thank you.
And I've heard that from multiple people. This has nothing to do with work ethic. This isn't necessarily even fair, Smitty. But the reality is he has a narrative problem with the National Football League.
Yeah.
They view him as a risky, too aggressive
investment.
Got to be a starting quarterback. So we got to fix that.
Right.
And it can be fixed. He's talented enough to do it. But then you don't want to change him. He might just want to go to TV. I'm not saying, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
but right now, if he said I'm retired, I'm going to TV, he'd have a bidding war going on for his services.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Fox hired him for the Super Bowl all the week. I'm sure y'all saw some of the content, doing interviews, all this stuff. They love him. So he got a job instantly if he wants to go that route. But I don't know. I think he just is what he is. I think he can make any throw on the field. I think on any given Sunday, he can be the best player on the field that day. But he can also be maybe
Sam Darnold can't say that.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold can't say that. At his best, Sam Darnold's never the best player on the field in any NFL game. Jameis can say that multiple times.
He can't say he's won a playoff game. So let's go. Can't say he won 14 fucking games as a starter.
Did Sam Darnold orchestrate a playoff win for the Vikings?
I'm invested in that shit.
Orchestrate a playoff win for the Vikings or whatever ass won and cooked.
Hey, Shaun, you played with a guy that I've been around for a long time, JUCO product out of here in California by the name of Tony Banks. Everyone that I know to this day that's been around quarterbacks, Tony Banks is the best ball spinner in the history of the NFL.
I'm not how fucking good he can throw the football. He can throw the football. I'm not going to jump off the bridge.
How good was he on the field, though, Shaun?
Hold on. Inconsistent.
You over here judging a cat on his skill set. Sam Darnold won 14 games. Man, come on, man.
The last two times we saw Sam Darnold, he was not only not the best player on the field, he was the worst. In the Lions
game, he won 14 games on an organization and went to a playoff. Led a team to the playoffs. What has Jameis done?
But JB, you say regular season don't matter, JB. Every time I bring up other situations and quarterbacks like Lamar or coaches like Shanahan, you say fuck the regular season.
But let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. I just want to ask you both a fair question real quick. Before we move on, I want to ask you both a fair question. Would you rather be known for a motherfucker throw 30 fucking interceptions or a motherfucker that won 14 games?
Which makes you a better question.
I want to know. Because right now, again, I knew you would avoid the question because there's a black quarterback versus a white quarterback, so you would avoid the question. Here's the question.
You a white is a white quarterback versus a
I
black
want to know. I want you to answer the question. Would you rather be a guy who's known for 30 interceptions? Because that's what the fuck he's known for. Let's keep it funky. He's known for throwing 30 interceptions and doing some old crazy shit with crab legs and shit. He ain't known for being fucking legit on the field.
He threw for 5,000 yards and 33 touchdowns. He threw for
14 games, homie.
33 touchdowns.
How many yards, Shaun?
5,033 touchdowns.
I wouldn't be known for person who for 5,000 yards.
Same year.
I'm sitting there evaluating the two like, I'd rather have a guy who's coming fresh off of 14 wins over a guy who fucking threw 6 pick sixes last year.
Talk about the rest of Darnell's career, though, too, homie. If you're going to talk about it, let's talk about all of it, homie. He had one good season, finally.
Darnell turned back into Sam Darnold when everybody started watching.
And Jameis Winston's always been Jameis Winston.
Jameis balled out.
Jameis Winston has been a better quarterback than Sam Darnold career.
And he's more talented, and they're about the same age.
Yeah, you guys, I think I'm serious. You two are infatuated. You two are infatuated with the media side of Jameis Winston. You two are infatuated with the media personality of Jameis Winston over him on the football field.
I'm talking football, JB.
He shouldn't even be mentioned today. He shouldn't even be fucking mentioned today.
Who should?
Sam Darnold. Do we fan?
Listen, I don't have a problem.
It's a relevant conversation. Should Sam Darnold be franchise tagged or moved? That's more of a relevant conversation than Jameis fucking Winston.
Listen. I wouldn't give Sam Darnold more than a 1-year deal if he was a free agent. He got to go prove it.
And I wouldn't give Jameis Winston a squirt of piss.
I would take Jameis over Sam Darnold. I'm not saying Sam not going to get some action in free agency, but Jameis is better.
Y'all keep bringing up a 26-year-old.
Jameis is better than this current version of Kirk Cousins.
But here's the crazy part. Y'all keep bringing up the fact, but you guys keep going back to reverting to Sam Darnold, what he's done at the fucking Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets, but we all talk about a guy who's been playing in the league 11 years. Jameis Winston hasn't done nothing in 11 fucking years. Sam Darnold's been on 2 of the worst franchises in the history of football and now goes to win 14 games and we're dismissing it? Oh, my God.
Hey, all I know is the last 8 quarters of football I saw Sam Darnold play, he damn near aged Kevin O'Connell 2 decades.
Well, the last 10 years of Jameis Winston has been a fucking comical story.
Put Jameis Winston with O'Connell in that scheme and Justin Jefferson, the best wideout in the game of football, and everything else that he has, and let's see what Jameis would do. How about that, homie?
Facts. Take that.
And let's see AR5 and Lamar Jackson and Tyler Murray.
Whoa. Don't Lamar name, hold on, before we move on. Lamar name, you gotta stop doing, you do this a lot. Don't put Lamar name with any category of quarterbacks who's average or below average. Don't ever do that. Like only mention Lamar when you talk about the greats. When you
did he slip Lamar? Did he slip Lamar?
And the Mahomes and the
I would never put Lamar with the greats. I would never put Lamar with the greats.
Don't do that. Don't do that no more.
He's a
you saying Lamar? You saying Lamar and great in the same sentence is a slap in the NFL's face.
JB, he's a 2-time league MVP.
Should have been 3 times.
We know why.
Moving on, though. Moving on amicably. The San Francisco 49ers, Devondre Campbell, responded to some comments about him quitting during the season, saying, I ain't addressing shit. I'm rich and never have to work another day in my life. And I told Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch that when they FaceTime me and begged me to come out there an hour after the Green Bay cut me. JB, I'm going to go with you first, Shaun. Because I'm going to go in on this. But what is your take on this, homie? Like, this was
it's because y'all, homie. Because y'all.
So I don't get emotional about these kind of things. Like I just think it's an NFL. Okay, let him go be rich then. I mean, it's somebody else that won't play football. There's only 32 of these companies in the world, right? Mm-hmm. He obviously don't give a damn. He say he already rich. So he ain't got to work no more. So don't give him a job and move on.
Smitty should actually say, you know what, JB? You've been right the whole time. That's what he should come out and say right now. I already know where he's going. He actually disagreed. I know where he's going. Like, he doesn't like this either, but he's going to come out. He should say, damn, JB, you've been saying this for a while. Motherfuckers demanding trade, contract. And now this type of motherfucker who did what he did last year to end the season, and now he says this type of shit. This screams entitlement, enabled shitbirds. And I'm curious to see Smitty's take, other than saying, JB, you've been right this whole fucking 2 years I've been on the show. But go ahead, Smitty. I want to hear it.
Well, I'm not going to use one example to make your entire, I guess, hate over the last couple of years we've been working together the truth. I think this one singular example is an example of somebody who never loved the game, who was only solely playing the game of football for what it did for him, and not.
I don't agree with that.
I think he's doing.
Can't agree with that.
Because as a competitor, I could never quit on my teammates. I could never quit on my coach, and I could never quit on myself. I couldn't live with myself as a man, knowing that I walked out on my teammates because I wasn't getting the playing time that I felt like I wanted. Because he just butt hurt because he was the starter while my man was injured, and as soon as he came, I can't remember his name right now. As soon as the backer came back for that game, Devondre Campbell was not playing that much. And what's crazy is that same game, I believe the starter ended up getting hurt, and they could have used him more for the rest of the game, but he had quit on the team. That was a soft move. That was a childlike move. That was a weak move. And if I'm a team and I'm an organization, like to Shaun's point, I'm not signing him. Go to CFL, go somewhere else, but you're not playing the NFL because once a quitter, you're a quitter.
Sometimes the game gets you, sometimes you get the game. This is a situation where he got the NFL. I just looked it up. They say he's made $39 million in career earnings. So,
damn shame.
I mean, he probably
Here's the issue I have. There's people, Smitty, that you and I grew up with and Shaun grew up with and we know that went JUCO, and then there are people that we know that played JUCO. There's a huge fucking difference, just so we're clear. You motherfuckers saying now, I went JUCO. Yeah, you did, and you never fucking played, and you never got a degree, and you never got a scholarship. You went JUCO. That don't mean shit to me. Did you play JUCO? This kid is a JUCO product, played JUCO at a big-time JUCO in Kansas, and had to at some point, Shaun and Smitty, you both know, if you went to JUCO and played JUCO, you love football at some motherfucking point, or you wasn't going through JUCO just to go through it for shits and giggles. He loved football somewhere, Smitty, because he went through the grind and played football at the JUCO level, and then he got on and went to a D1 and played, and then he got into the league. Somewhere, this enabled, entitled generation got to him, and he stopped loving football for whatever reason and became or lost his humility. There's no JUCO cat in the world that I know don't have humility. Now, how the fuck does this kid not have humility? No way. Something happened, Smitty. That's the only thing I disagree. I agree with you. I knew you were going to take that take because I knew you agreed that this shitbird is absolutely that, quitting on his team. We always going to agree on that. Somewhere, though, he loved football, and somewhere he lost the love, and that's just where I disagree. He had to have, Smitty, because you and I both know JUCO cats. There's no way this guy didn't love football going to Kansas.
Well, I don't know his situation. Like, was he a bounce bag? Did he go straight there? Was he a guy? Because the reason why I asked
I think he went straight JUCO. I think he went straight JUCO out of high school.
Okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe he loved it and something happened, and maybe the clout got to his head, or maybe he always loved the money and he thought football or new football was his only way out, so he had no choice but to go this route if he's gonna ever have a chance into making it. Again, we're just guessing right now. We're assuming. I have no idea about who he really was. I'm just looking at what he did and just understanding as somebody who played the game as we all did, having teammates. I've been with the most knucklehead teammates you can name, but those guys wasn't about to quit on the team or quit on themselves too. As a man, I don't know. I'm different. I can't quit. I just can't quit. Like my pride alone.
Isn't this what we talk about?
I'll lose and take an L, but I'm not gonna quit.
But ain't this what we talk about every day on the show? This is what we've been talking for 2 years. When the load management came a part of the NBA and you gave a guy $200 million and he don't got to play and he can miss every other game and blah, 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 blah. This is stacking up all this shit. This guy made $40 million to Shaun's point. He's no longer humble. He made it. He beat the fucking game. He beat life. He made it now. He was humble as fuck when he came with a white T-shirt on a bag over his shoulder, having to get his mama a bag back in Florida. But now all of a sudden it's over. That's why I think the return on investment for these certain players, as Jameis Winston and all these other guys we discussed, has to matter now. And I think ownership's starting to take back a little bit when they traded Luka and they opened everybody's eyes in the NBA. And they're like, oh, shit, ownership's trying to get the reins back on this whole thing. The All-Star game is a joke in the NBA. And then the hockey came out and sold out and broke records. And everyone's like, oh, shit, NBA now is put on notice. And then you got a brother who's defending hockey from Canada talking about brothers in the NBA being soft. So now you got a whole thing opened up over this past week alone. Who saw that coming? I didn't. So I'm just I just think it's hockey.
No, that's actually the perfect segue. That's actually our next topic right there. So a hell of a transition right there. And I want to hear Shaun's take on this as well. But former NHL player PK Subban was talking about the difference. Subban, excuse me. Sorry about PK Subban, excuse me. Was talking about the difference between NHL versus NBA players' mindsets. Matter of fact, just show the video.
I'm tired of making athletes greats, all-time greats that aren't the best examples. Those are the people that we want our kids to follow, that we want athletes to follow. That helps us in our game. Stephen A., you want athletes to be educated on this and understand this. They got to understand the importance of showing up to the All-Star game and being on the court. And playing banged up sometimes. And playing injured maybe at times. Thank you. And participating, because here's the thing. Because you're making 100, 200, 300 million, you should be out there banged up. You should be. That's why we pay you, is to max out. We talk about greatness and it being the longevity of somebody's career. I don't care if you play 50 years. I want your best 10. I want you on the court dominating. I want you to go all out. I want Michael Jordan. I want Kobe. That's what I want in every sport. That's the guy that I follow. You're a different version than that, you don't get my respect.
Play the game, homie. I don't understand, Shaun. I don't understand where anyone that thinks he's wrong and then wants to play because of what color he is or who I am. That's what'll be next in the chat. But fucking nobodies. That's the route they'll take. We already know. Bottom line is he's a Canadian brother from Canada who played hockey, obviously, a one of one. We know there's not a lot of brothers out there on that fucking ice. This guy said everything that we all say on this show every day. Where was he wrong at, though? The truth of the matter is Kawhi Leonard got a bag of money. He misses games all the time. LeBron doesn't even suit up in the team picture for the All-Star game. That's not a slap in the fucking face. Like, I'm tripping on this.
I think he's 100% right. I think the NBA is trying everything. The majority of the NBA is trying everything in their power to rein in some of this player empowerment. But at the same time, you've got the Philadelphia 76ers talking about shutting Joel Embiid down again for the rest of the year because his knee is feeling funny. And they're not really in the playoff hunt. So it's like every time they take 2-3 steps forward, one of these soft, entitled, highly paid, well-known players does the same thing and kind of pulls them back. I mean,
hey, Shaun, I don't want to bring up Smitty's take on this, but didn't they fucking the parent LeBron replacement and the NBA face just call it quits for the year? The 9-foot fucking giraffe.
I got to make sure because I don't want to.
So they say Wemby got a
he has blood clots. They are not letting him back. That's gonna be life threatening.
That's called the vaccine, homie. Stop. But anyway, go ahead.
Jamie, what
so what?
Are you talking about?
That means he took the shot. We know what that was from. He took the shot.
I took the shot. I ain't got no blood clots.
I'm okay.
Shaun.
I'm good.
Wemby's how old?
20, I think. 19, 20.
20 years old, got a blood clot? Stop. I don't want to hear it.
We don't put on no. We ain't about to put on no conspiracy. No. You have zero facts that's the case.
Blood clot is age relative?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh,
nah, I don't know. They thought they thought I had blood clot at Ball State.
No
I had my knee surgery. I was in the hospital and shit. I don't know. I don't know about it. I'm not an expert. I'm not gonna try to act like I am. But
how many 20-year-old blood clot victims you see running around, homie? That world-class athletes. Let's be real. Fuck all the science.
I had give me a number.
Give me a number.
To see if they could
find me.
I had some shit going on. So
Jamie, I normally roll with you, but I ain't rolling with you on the
I
blood
can't roll with
clot
you on
and
this
the
one,
AIDS
homie.
thing.
Shaun,
Let's stay out of
how many
JB. My
20-year-olds
suggestion for the
blood
show.
clots to play with, homie.
Stuff that
Come
we're
on.
not experts in, JB. I think we should kind of just probably keep that to
Smitty,
the side. You ain't no doctor,
I
homie.
don't care about the science. I'm asking a question. I'm not fuck all that science.
I don't know. You don't know either. We literally don't know.
No, you do know. I asked you a question. How many cats have we played or big times college or sports or pro sports with guys that had blood clots in our 20s? I'm asking you two. Come on, homie, be real. Like, we're asking like motherfuckers just playing pro sports with blood clots.
That don't mean it's from the vaccine, homie.
But Smitty,
because it's rare, it's a vaccine. Like,
Smitty,
what are you talking about?
I don't know any 30-year-old professional athletes that have blood clots. So
I know Chris Bosh. Only one I know is Chris Bosh comes to mind.
Nah, there's been a few, but they were 40, 35, 40. That's the difference. 20. This guy's 20.
I think you're reaching now, JB. I think you're
Come on, dog. I just wanted to ask the question. How many do we play with? Y'all can't even answer
What's
it.
your point, though? What's your actual point?
I don't ever.
The point is, homie, 20-year-old professional athletes don't get blood clots.
So are they lying? So what are you saying, though? What's the?
I'm saying your guy. You said this guy's the GOAT. This is the future face of the league, and this motherfucker's out. He's out. He's done.
It's fucked up. I'm saying.
Hey man, we got anybody in the medical field in the chat? Can you validate
players quitting and sitting out? He don't fall in that category. That's why I'll cut him off, because this is a unique situation.
It does to me.
It does to me. Well, I'm not playing because my knee is sore.
Yeah, but this is the point. This is Subban's point, though. We paying you this enormous amount of money. I need the 10 years, best 10 years. That's all I'm saying. We got guys that are missing their prime after we say we're going to pay you money. That's Subban's point.
Hey, I agree with everything Subban said. I think a lot of people have been saying it. My point of context was every time they start to get going in the right direction, the bullshit pop up again. I mean, what Philly is literally talking about. Jordan Bees able to play, but we're going to shut him down because it doesn't look like we're going to be capable of winning the championship again, by the way.
I'm with you.
I haven't even said, everybody's mentioning Dr. Jesse Morse in the chat. We've been off a week. I haven't seen anything. Dr. Jesse Morse has been up, so I'll look into what he said. But Bailey, you can look, but I haven't seen anything he said. Maybe I'll call him and ask him if he wants to come on the show tomorrow, but it's during football season. He's really not on our show, so that's the reason why. But I'm just saying, I can ask him. I don't know what he said. I have no idea. So this wasn't a conspiracy.
Your point, the overall point that he's making, I do agree, though. I think we're on the same
I'm just going back to Subban's point. The bottom line is we can say what we want to say. The kid is out, and we got a half a season to play, and that's my point. This is the NBA as we've come to know it. Embiid. How about Paul George this year? They gave the motherfucker how much? He hasn't played but how many games?
Playing bad, though. Even when he do play, he look bad.
The Sixers are terrible. The entire team sucks.
The NBA do have a problem, though. They do have a problem where they have to figure it out. You know, like you said, players will sit out for any little reason, any little bump or bruise. Now I do want to show love to some of the guys like Anthony Edwards, who to me is a dog, who actually has the old school mindset. He wants to compete. He's gonna talk trash. He's gonna go out there and play sore, hurt. There are those guys out there too. But to me, we need an Anthony Edwards to win the championship. Why do I say that? Because now he'll become the face. And typically, when your face and the personality and demeanor of the face, a lot of times infects the league, in my opinion. And I think right now the reason why the league is players sitting down and doing this is because the faces of the league, as of late, have been guys who are okay with that, okay with the player empowerment, okay with sitting out, okay with it. So I just think they got a problem right now. And until one of these younger cats who, again, I'm using Anthony Edwards as the example, but when somebody like that can go out there and win on the big stage and change the narrative, I think they're gonna continue to be in this problem. So I don't know.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, like some of them guys.
Jaylen Brown, I think. Yeah,
they show up. They play Donovan Mitchell.
Jimmy Butler too. I don't know the situation with Miami, but Jimmy Butler, the guy who plays hurt, and so there's guys, So we'll see.
Yeah, But that's not enough, Smitty. Smitty, we got to mention guys. If we got to mention a couple guys, then you're hurting as a league, homie.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
true.
I will say
man.
this: Luka getting traded to the Lakers may be the best thing ever happened to Luka.
Yeah.
Getting around LeBron and seeing how LeBron prepares, how invested he is in his body. Because Luka looked damn good the other night against Denver.
He had his best night with the Lakers. Yeah, looked cold the other night. And I listen, I was the guy who said I don't know how him and LeBron going to work together. And still need to see some more games together. But they find some ways right now.
Should we put a futures play in on the Lakers to win it all?
I think it's
Bronny put up 24 in the G League game this past weekend too, baby.
Who cares a fuck?
G League. But yeah,
nobody cares. We know why he's in the league. Here's the thing. I gotta ask you something. The NBA, you can't get that pace back in this tube. They're cooked league right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know, Smitty, how many games you've watched. I don't think you even agreed you haven't watched too much due to scheduling too, but I haven't watched much. And Luka's brought us at least to discuss NBA again, right? Like, It's kind of like, all right, and he's in LA right here. So I got to see him pretty much dominate the Nuggets the other night while we were eating dinner out on the boat. And I'm like, all right, well, can this be sustained? Can they be sustained?
They can get it back, and here's why. They don't have any competition, JB.
Yeah, now they good now. Exactly.
Nobody watches college basketball. As engaged as everybody was for that 14 World Cup thing, nobody watches regular season hockey. Like, you're gonna get distracted from March Madness for about 3 weeks, and then the NBA will be going into the playoffs. So they've got the platform and the stage. It's just one thing. What are they gonna do with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching now. To your point, JB, I wasn't watching it heavily during NFL season. NFL is the king, of course. But now that that's over, I have turned my brain around for this show too, because I know we're gonna be talking about basketball a lot more. So I've been watching it more now. You know,
and you know what's crazy?
Warriors looked good the other night. I'm starting to tap into it now. So we'll see.
And this is the crazy part. About 2 years ago on this show, when Smitty first came on, one of the poll questions I asked Shaun was, "Has American sports died?" You guys just answered my question, dog. I said it 2 years ago. American sports are dead, and they have died. So 2 years now fast forward, and we're over here making up excuses and telling me that we don't watch March Madness, the number one watched show, or a stretch of a month used to be in the history, along with the Super Bowl. And we don't watch it no more. Shaun just said we don't even care.
No. Shaun said we do watch it. He said we'll be distracted for 3 weeks. So he said we do watch March Madness. We don't watch the rest of the season.
But not like we did. Not like we did. We got the NBA. We really don't even care about the lowest ratings ever. Shaun said we don't watch hockey. Really, I don't. And we just watched big-time hockey for an all-star week that they put together because they played internationally and he played each other's powers. And then the NBA All-Star came and gone. Nobody even remembers it. We remember Smitty's All-Star game that he hosted more than the fucking NBA All-Star game. Yep. And I'm trying to figure out, how does that not equate that American sports are dead? They are.
I will say this, JB, my only
football, though, watch that Super Bowl.
You make a good point. I would say the only pushback I would give you was because of the amount of people that gamble and play fantasy sports and player props. There is like a legitimate sector of people who invested in the games for that reason. But I do think the pure organic fan has kind of moved away from basketball in general.
And I think there's so many other options too. It's just like, I think streaming has made it tough. You got NBA games on HBO, TNT, CBS, ABC. You got to have all this. It just made it tough too to even tune in.
But
and the new generation, they're all about short form content, and they have a short attention span. No one wants to sit around and watch a 3 hour game.
You're answering my question.
They'll watch the moment.
But you're making my point. American sports are dead then. Like, you can say all these excuses you want. The bottom line is the fucking American sports are dead. And I'm just telling you, when we talk about, who are we talking about right now? You mentioned Luka, Wemby, Joker. Are those Americans? Oh, Giannis. Motherfucking the best players we talk about are always international.
Anthony Edwards, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I mean, we can go that route if you want to. I mean, Anthony Davis. Kyrie
But
Irving.
you don't talk about them like you do. You're not talking about them like you do Giannis, fucking Luka, homie. Come on. Stop. You're making excuses.
Still doing his thing. Stop.
But he know he's on the way out. By the way, great pickup for Golden State. They got the shitbird, and they're all of a sudden back in the mix.
He ain't a shitbird, though. Jimmy a dog. Now, we might not like the way he went out with Miami, and we can talk about that.
Smitty, he's done it 4 times, Smitty.
Miami, the 2 NBA finals with the teams that organizations. To go. That man,
he's done it at 4 organizations.
Increased in the playoffs. That's a fact.
Hey, Smitty, what's the limit for you? Do you have to fuck over 5 organizations to be a shitbird, or 4 is not enough?
Miami, 2 NBA finals with very average roster.
What does that have to do with being a shitbird?
You don't want basketball. You don't like basketball. Stop.
Hey, Smitty, here's going to be the residual for Jimmy Butler. He will not have his jersey hung in anywhere of the places that he played. They can't stand him in Chicago. They can't stand him in Philly. They can't stand him in Minnesota. They can't stand him in Miami.
Thank you.
Joel Embiid wanted to keep him in Philly. He was pissed off. They ain't keep him in Philly. And look at the result. They probably should have kept his ass in Philly, homie. Just because you get traded somewhere, I mean, it was the player's fault necessarily. Some of the organizations were soft.
They didn't like him and his personality and his antics. He's a good
player. Good leaders, you don't like your good leaders. People said Kobe was an asshole, R.I.P. They said Jordan was an asshole. They said Chris. Some of your best leaders they're tough to work with. But are you winning games? Jimmy, let me ask you a question. Yes, factor cap. Did Jimmy Butler lead the Heat to 2 NBA finals? Yes, factor cap.
1.5.
Factor cap.
1.5.
There you go. Why? Because of the pandemic, the bubble.
The bubble. Just like I don't get a Lakers. I don't get a Lakers a full trophy. The Heat don't get a full participant.
Do you remember those teams that he led though? Very average team. It wasn't like he had some superstar loaded triple threat team.
Smitty.
The fact
nobody's questioning can Jimmy Butler play basketball.
Y'all see him in the playoffs. Playoff Jimmy is a real thing. His numbers literally increase. So he plays both sides of the ball. Defense. So all I'm saying,
and in spite of that, to JB's point in this particular argument, he will not have his jersey in any of those arenas when he's done playing.
Actually like Jimmy. Like he plays with grit. He's tough. Like he's physical. Like I thought that's a tough.
I like him as
Smitty, I'm gonna be honest.
Player.
You're a guy that I'm really disappointed in you.
Put your hand down. You talking to me, please.
If you ever motherfucking mention that motherfucker with Kobe and Michael Jordan again, I will make sure I'm king. This new co-host. There's no way you just.
What's the deal with JB Hand?
I don't like his hand like points like disrespect. I feel like he got his finger in my face, like he was in person, like he's doing this. I don't like
Shaun, this motherfucker just mentioned that cat with Kobe and Jordan, 2 guys who never left the franchise, who stayed in one franchise. This motherfucker just compared them with him.
This is an example of hearing me and listening to my tape. I by no means said Jimmy Butler is the Michael Jordan. I didn't say none of that shit. I'm saying when it comes, Shaun mentioned that these teams did not like Jimmy. So for that point, I brought up, we have numerous of stories of teammates not liking Kobe, not liking MJ, not liking some of these strong-minded leaders, but they're winners.
Jimmy's not a leader.
He's a winner. You might not like him or not, but he's a winner.
Jimmy quit on his team in Miami.
No, he didn't.
He was capable of playing, and he did not play. He didn't show up. He missed flights. He did. It's just not a leader.
Pat Riley, it's a lot. We don't have time for it. Him and Pat Riley been having issues on a lot. Did I agree with how Jimmy went out? No, but that unfortunately, Shaun, that's how you got to get out though. I'm not saying I don't agree with it, but that's how you get it. Worked. He's in Golden State. He's with Steph Curry. They have a chance to make some noise now. So we'll see what happens.
What's the common denominator, Smitty?
Jimmy Butler.
Why is somebody always having a problem with Jimmy Butler? And you defend this shitbirds more than anything I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
A lot of people got a problem with Pat Riley too. Anyway, let's move on to Hell Yeah, Hell No. Brought to you by Bet US. Go to Bet US right now and put your money on whoever you want to bet on. Let me put a list up real quick and see what we got. Hell yeah or hell no. Shaun, I'm coming to you first. Pause. Brock Purdy will sign a contract bigger than Tua Tagovailoa.
Hell yeah, I've been saying that. Otherwise, he should fire his agent.
Jason Brown? He's struggling, y'all.
I guess, hell yeah, man. I if they sign him, though, the Niners are done. So I'm just, whatever. I mean, I'll take him over Tua. To Shaun's point. But does he deserve the money? No. Fuck no. I wouldn't pay him squirt a piss. He's a bus rider, homie. Fucking be honest.
I'm going to say hell yeah. All right, next one, y'all. Hell yeah or hell no? Shedeur Sanders will be a top 5 pick.
So to me, this is a very tough answer until after free agency. I've got to see what because the Raiders picked 6.
Yep.
So you're basically saying Tennessee, Cleveland, and the Giants. I just got to see what they do in free agency first, but I'm gonna say, shit.
You gonna say what?
Because this, okay. So watch this. So hear me out. And I know we're not pressed for time, but we're pressed for time. Hear me out.
Pressed.
I have no idea what Shedeur is gonna do at the combine.
He ain't doing nothing. He's not participating at all.
You didn't hear that?
He just tested.
No, I didn't hear that.
Only thing he's doing is interviews. He's interviews.
Oh, so but Cam and Tyler and Jackson are all gonna throw? I'm telling you, Shedeur can end up being the 4th quarterback taken.
I think he's garbage anyway. So, I don't know. I don't see a quarterback in his lap.
Now, here's what I mean by that, JB. He's a good player, but he's kind of like a Drew Brees good player. And hopefully he has a Drew Brees career. But if you see Drew Brees throw the ball, you're not going to walk off the field like, man, that kid there is like spinning it. Like you could just look at the clips. The difference between how Cam Ward ball come off his hand and Shedeur's comes off, it's night and day. So my thing, these other guys are going to look really good in shorts. And if they go put up good numbers, I think it's tricky for him. Because I think he could go top 3. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes the 4th quarterback. I think there's a wide window there.
So hell no.
Hey, Smitty and Matt and I debated this earlier. Like, you're okay with doing your pro day in shortened shirts, but shortened shirts are overrated at the combine. Make it fucking make sense. It's the same shit. You're showing me that you don't have the it factor. You don't want to compete versus the best at the combine. You'd rather go home, comfortable, Boulder, and have a pro day with your wideouts. That I wouldn't even grade that. If I'm a scout, I wouldn't even go to that shit.
But we know he got the it factor. We've seen Shedeur in clutch moments. We've seen Shedeur get hit and get back up and keep playing. Like you even came on the show like, man, you know what? I gotta give him props.
You're tough. Tough and it factors, 2 different things, Smitty. Fucking, you know who's tough? You know who's tough? The quarterback who's now coaching named Trent Dilfer, who won a Super Bowl. He didn't have no fucking it factor. He was just tough as shit. Like, let's be honest. Jim Kelly was a tough motherfucker. Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, beat cancer, tough motherfucker. Guess what he don't have? It factor. Tony Romo, great talent. You know what he don't have? It factor.
Hey,
you know what?
People you name have some good careers, though. If Shedeur has a fucking Jim Kelly career and leads the team to 4 Super Bowls and loses it, I think he'll take that. Say what you want. I think he'll take
it. To answer your question, Smitty, I don't think he'll be a top 5 pick. To Shaun's point, this is
hell
why.
Yeah, I'm saying hell yeah. I'm playing the game. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think if he does, it's because of his name, and Dion has a lot of say in this thing, and that's what I do say.
Answer the question.
Number
hell
one.
Yeah, hell no.
Hell no, because I think
I'm gonna say hell no. So I'm
gonna say hell no. Yeah, we're saying hell no.
I've been getting further down into some of these position groups for the draft. It's some really good freaking players at other positions. This
and it's O-line, D-lines, Shaun, and NFL talent, NFL brass knows. NFL brass knows. Pass rushers and O-line right now in this stage are much more significant than an average quarterback class. I'm taking the pass rusher or the O-lineman over an average-ass quarterback, especially on a franchise that needs everything. Tennessee needs everything. Cleveland needs everything. The Giants need everything. New England has a quarterback. They need everything else. Fucking Jacksonville's talking about getting rid of Sunshine, and the Raiders need everything. And then you got the Jets, who now will lose a guy and need everything. So there's no way. I don't see it. I see you taking other people. Go ahead, Smitty.
Hey, just two names to follow. The two wide receivers from Texas. Just tell you.
But it's a bad class.
Don't be surprised if they go ahead of the kid from Arizona. I'm just telling you.
T-Mac. Okay. All right. Hell yeah. Hell no. We got 3 more left. Let's go quick. Sam Darnold will stay with the Vikings.
Hell no. Like
Hell
a
yeah.
horror film. After what they saw the last
Hell
8
yeah.
quarters, ain't
Hell
no
yeah.
way.
Hell yeah, he's staying. I put money on him. He's a Viking. He'll be a Viking at the end of the day.
They're moving forward with J.J. McCarthy. Okay. Hell yeah, hell no. NHL.
You know why? Because they didn't franchise tag the corner that they could have. And they're saving that for Sam Darnold. Go look and deep dive into this thing. Sam Darnold's staying at Viking. You heard it here first. Go ahead.
Macro thinker. I see you. Hell yeah, hell no. NHL has a better product than the NBA. I'm gonna say hell no only because I'm still more of a basketball fan than.
I just don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough familiarity yet with enough NHL players.
Yeah, me too.
Like the great ones that everybody knows are kind of retired. Like
Wayne Gretzky, right?
You know, like,
we said the same name.
Right, yeah, like I'm a hockey guy, so I know a lot of hockey.
Me too.
Current players, but like the average person isn't gonna know who Jake Gunsel is, or you know, they might not even know who Connor McDavid is, as good as he is. You know, like they're not gonna know Hellebeck's like the best goalie on the
Nathan
planet.
McKinnon, you know, they're not gonna know the Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, they're not gonna know those. So
now, one thing to watch is Ovechkin had a hat trick yesterday, so now he's only 13 goals, I think, away from breaking Gretzky all time, and he plays for Washington, who's having a tremendous year. So they got some little storylines that might draw some eyes that they wouldn't normally get.
I'm gonna say hell yeah because it's white sport. Hell yeah.
All righty, and last but not least, hell yeah, hell no, before I log off. T. Higgins will stay with the Bengals.
Can they franchise him again?
That's what they talking about doing.
Yeah, if they do that and he don't have no choice, nobody's going to give up. Well, I think it's the second. I don't know. If they franchise him, nobody's giving up a 1 for T. Higgins.
Is that how that works, Shaun? Like if somebody wanted to trade.
So when you franchise tag, that guarantees your salaries the average of the top 5 highest paid.
Right.
But you can still leave and go to another team, but that team has to compensate the team that franchised you with the first round draft pick.
Got you. I didn't know that piece. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. They'll franchise him. His mama will go to Twitter. And there'll be another entitled, enabled kid who holds out, who's going to demand a trade, and it'll be like an Ayuk situation. Then the motherfucker will get hurt. Joe Burrow will be fucked again. Bengals will miss the playoffs, and it'll be a a shit show. That's where I'm at. I'm going to say hell yeah, though, to Smitty's question. I think they keep him.
I say hell yeah, they keep him. Joe Burrow's in the front office right now, cussing the GM out, the owner out, saying, hey, this is what I need if you want to keep me happy.
The bigger issue is they haven't paid Jamar Chase yet.
Right. And they gotta super pay him now because they should have paid him before last season. They didn't. He came out here, had a hell of a year, hell of a triple crown. Now they really gotta pay his ass.
But hold on, though. They got 2 tackles they got to protect the goddamn quarterback with, who's really fucking good quarterback, by the way. And they got a pass rusher in Hendrickson, who also once paid. And he also said, I want to stay in Cincinnati, but I'm not going to. He led the league in sacks, Smitty, and they just looking past.
You can find another Hendrickson, though, like respectfully. Yeah, you can. I know, for real. And he's a really good player. You can find another one of them in the draft. So if I had to pick somebody not to pay, I'm going to say don't pay him, keep your receivers. You need to keep Burrow happy, homie. You need to keep Burrow happy.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Why didn't they make the playoffs this year?
Because they had a bad start to the season.
No. Tell me why.
No, that's my. I know what you want me to say. My answer is they had a horrible start. I think they felt like 1-5 again. So there's
a reason why though. Their defense is fucking atrocious. You're gonna get rid of their best defensive player?
Obviously, he wasn't enough, homie. Obviously.
I know. You can't get rid of him and then
they were horrible. So why am I pay you, homie? You're not a game changer, homie.
Smitty, it's real simple math. I can't lose my best player and then try to think I'm going to be better on defense without him. I got to add to him. Simple math.
The Rams lost Aaron Donald and the D-line got better.
Yeah, they had fucking 4 young guys. They didn't lose one guy. They gained 4, Smitty. Who are you going to gain there with Hendrickson? This is a defense that was already intact. The Rams defense was much better.
You just said this draft was loaded with D linemen, homie. We just all agreed to that, homie. This young guy's ready who can get on a rookie deal, go out here and eat. Come on now.
Smitty, you got to replace Hendrickson again and then still think I'm going to get better. The Rams had pieces around already. They just didn't lose one guy. You don't have no guys in Cincinnati. Not a one on defense.
You can't lose T. Higgins, homie. And now, because now all attention going to be on Jamar. Like, no. Keep T. Higgins.
I didn't say you're going to lose him. I didn't say you're going to lose him. I'm just saying you're going to tag him and you're going to have a headache again come camp. That's all I'm saying. Because you know we don't want to be tagged. So I'm just saying.
JB, make sure you promote what you got going on next to you and Bailey. Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm going to tweet it out. But guess what? Right after this, in about 45 minutes, Bailey and I do the Slap Nation show, all things LA, SC, UCLA. We're going to talk about spring games being canceled. Can't wait to talk to Shaun about that on Friday. Another team just canceled a spring game. Where have we gone? I don't even know. Shaun and I will have to discuss that on Friday with Smitty. But shout out to you, Shaun. Matt,
Hey,
coming
shout out to women's basketball. UCLA and USC is balling.
Balling right now.
NC State just upset Notre Dame.
And they got
Is UCLA still one?
On Hotel Figueroa. Big pictures.
UCLA's not one no more?
No, they're top 5. Top 5.
They only lost one time.
Who?
Huh?
Top 5 was number 1 was Notre Dame, but they lost to NC State yesterday.
Yeah, upset.
But UCLA's beat UConn, South Carolina. UCLA has the best wins in the country this year.
Yeah. By the way, when I was watching the pregame show, I couldn't figure out why no men were on the panel.
I can.
If women gonna be on the NBA pregame show, why a man can't be on the women's college basketball pregame show?
They ain't saying
you can't. Yeah, you can't. Smitty says you can't. Smitty says you can't. So.
I never said that. Don't ever lie to audio listeners, homie.
It's a hypocrisy. Isn't it crazy hypocrisy, Shaun? But anyway, we don't even want to talk about that.
All right, love y'all, man. I'll see y'all later in the week.
All right.
Damn, Shaun, I had to leave us with that. All right, then.
Hypocrisy is crazy.
Great first day back. Women's college basketball is actually bigger than men's college basketball. I pay more attention to the women's side than the men's side.
Hey, did you see the racist get fired?
Who?
Joy Reid. Her bitch ass got up out of there, bald ass bitch. She got out of there. Get rid of her ass. She got up out of there. They finally called her out. Finally. Thank you. We're getting better, America. Shout out to everybody out there. Can't wait to see Caitlin Clark this year. Ball out in Smitty City. Everyone wants to go with her, by the way, to Indianapolis. It's crazy, huh? How that works.
Our team actually gonna be loaded. The Fever, they make some big moves all season.
You play there now.
Our team, my city, homie. I'll be there in All-Star Weekend in July. The Women's All-Star Weekend is Indy in July. We got some big time plans we're gonna be doing. So hopefully I can get in contact with Kayla so she can work with us on some things. I keep that incognito for now. But the Fever will be balling. Women's college basketball is alive and well and thriving. Say what y'all want. Women's college basketball is exciting. And they always make news every single year. So shout out to them. And shout out to our fans on this show, man. Shout out to our fans. A great Monday. We back. Loaded show. Tomorrow we're gonna be even crazier, y'all. I'm sure some stuff gonna be happening today.
Hey, if you and Whitlock, who covers WNBA, Whitlock loves WNBA for some reason. I hope I go on Whitlock's show.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna murder Whitlock on his show if he ever brings me on and talks WNBA.
You don't know.
Exactly. If Whitlock says, JB, I'll give you and Smitty $100,000 to do a live and watch the WNBA game and comment and do the live show, I would turn it down.
I got a couple questions. Why is Whitlock the one offering $100,000? Number one, I don't know. Like that's like a random.
What? You have a what?
I have a couple questions. So why is Whitlock offering $100,000? Number one. Number two, why is
because he covers WNBA? He's heavy on that shit. He always covers Caitlin Clark.
About WNBA, I don't think of like Whitlock. Like it's not the guy I think about. So that's number one. Number two, $100,000 is not enough. In general, for me anyway, my price tags went up. In general,
to do it live, just do a live stream one day, cover one game.
No, it's not enough. So and then number three, you don't watch the sport, so for you to say you couldn't do it is blasphemy. and it's almost no, I ain't gonna say lack of better terminology. It's kind of, I'm not calling you ignorant, but it's an ignorant take because you literally don't know. Like ignorant means like I don't know. Like you don't have the knowledge. You have no idea the product that's being played. So I suggest that you actually tune into a few games. UCLA, USC. I think you will actually be impressed by the product. These women are out here hooping, like really like hooping for real. Like I'm not just saying it to try to be funny. So tune in, and then you'll have a different answer. Homie.
Yeah,
right.
I would never.
Right. He don't know no better. It's not his fault.
I know. It would be like me going to watch Special Olympics.
All right, y'all, man. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'm back at work this week, man. Back grinding. Fox, we got a new studio set up because our old studio was getting demolished and they cleaning it up. So for the next 5 months, all studio shows from LA will be on the 5th floor digital studio space. So I'm gonna get there a little early, peep the scene, see how things gonna look. It's gonna look, and we back doing our thing, homie. So appreciate y'all, man. Badly, please take us away before we lose every single brand sponsor we've ever had. Y'all have a good show. See y'all at 10 o'clock for the LA show. I'll make sure y'all tune into that. Big Smitty's out. Peace.